otherwise, and Arx probably won't let me go down. I've still got this in front of me, ladies and gents.
That's how he learns how to pronounce the player names correctly.
Yep. So I put it down to tiredness. I'm not high or smoking or drinking. It'd be a 3-month-old son waiting at home for me. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, congratulations. Beta has, since our last event, become a dad. He's now a father of little Oliver. So
Oliver.
Congratulations, Beta.
Thank you. Thank you for embarrassing me. No one cares.
You're welcome.
If it's not gaming related, Keith, he's not playing TF2 yet, before you ask. He's not playing TF2.
Oh,
no.
A few more years. TF2 will be alive then.
Yeah.
TF3.
Yeah, do we think in 15 years' time TF2 will still be playing where he's actually good at it? So, Arx, run us through these lineups just before we begin. And
can you pronounce your son's name right?
I need it on a sign, actually.
Yeah. His son's not Mailer.
His new middle name is going to be Mailer, Oliver Mailer, just in honor of Mailer or Bob Marley. Right, run us through those lineups, Arx. So, Reason versus Ascent. Let's start with that Reason team.
Right, so Reason, we do have Nox playing as Medic, Cadus, Demoman. We've got Captain and Mike on Soldiers, Forsaken, and Happy Cool on the Scouts. And then for Ascent, we do have Shrugger, Enigma running Scouts. And we have Rando and Mailer on Soldiers, Demo and the Fragile as Medic.
Well, here we go then, ladies and gents. Lower round 5, i55, Team Fortress 2, brought to you by Team Fortress TV, Arx Beta. Reason versus Ascent. First mid, Cadus there. Very far before Badonsky, and Badonsky's in big trouble. Rocked up Forsaken already, so there's stickies and the help of Forsaken as well. Mike came in to finish him off. And what a start by Reason. Quick kill by Cadus and Mike, both caught by Shrugger. And the scouts of Ascent, like Arx pointed to, going to work. And it's going to be Ascent taking this first mid.
Well, Scout's trying to get up and do what he can, but he's forced back into the house. Forsaken still going out there. He's actually over onto the Medic, getting some damage out on him. Can he get the final shot? Jumps back in, but Enigma just to the rescue there with a mid-range scattergun shot, saving his Medic. And, yep, Ascent take that midpoint and will be heading towards the Spire with a solid Uber advantage.
Cadus there, almost too quick. Didn't have the support from the rest of his team. Forsaken coming up through that valley and managing to help down to get the demo man, of course, of Badonsky, but in the end, it's Ascent that take it, and Forsaken, if he just got that kill onto Fragile, this would be a whole different story, and got to the point where Fragile, you could tell he was worried because he actually called it fake doob, and Forsaken going sniper immediately, Arx. They know that need that pick, and over percentage, 30% in favor of Ascent, and do they know it, Arx? Do they know it? And surely they do, Arx.
Well, they heard the sniper. They would have heard the initial sniper shot, but that sniper isn't so much for the kill itself as they push in through the top. Great blockage there as they try to get in, but they have made it through. Time on the point. There, stickies have been detonated. Covering stickies are there, and Ascent do take the first round very quickly.
Whoa, wow. 1 minute and 50-second round there. Top damage was actually, it's irrelevant. It looks like it was actually Rando from the Soldier and Badonsky. On screen you saw War, of course, that's our old stats. But let's follow this time Badonsky to mid. Again, actually free to open onto mid. Soldier coming round behind him, and it looks like Reason preferring the house entrance, far right-hand side. But the medic of Nox is caught there as well. Takes a huge pill from Badonsky, very weak. Mailer on the point on his own, uncontested, still dancing around, and it looks like Reason could be trouble. But 2 big kills into Mailer and Rando, both soldiers down. But Reason do fall back, and Forsaken taking down Badonsky as well. Reason have already fallen out, Arx.
It's interesting.
They can't make anything of it. They've already fallen out.
Reason had a numbers advantage and yet still opted to fall out of that point, whereas Ascent, with only a few players, stayed there. Now, meanwhile, Forsaken does go down to Enigma, so that's one player down for Reason as they're moving players through the choke.
And someone's going to have to take care of Enigma, Arx. He's actually up onto the Spire.
Yeah.
Spawn wave will come in. It is going to be the Soldier.
Nobody's turning around there. They're not reacting. One Soldier
needs to go up. They need to go up.
And in fact, yeah, Enigma does actually go down there, and they do have a scout sitting over onto the midpoint, but the Ascent are aware of how many people did go back to try and stop them, and so they've moved back into the mid to gain that position as Shrugger gets taken down by Forsaken.
But not for the first time today. We call out Enigma's play, very clever play, pulling the Reason team back. Still very early days, 26 minutes remaining, 1-0 the score. This is the first of potentially three maps, I must say, but the loser of those 3 maps will be going home. This is the lower round now as Rando gets caught trying to get into the point by Mike. Said that would be a key battle, and Ascent giving it up fairly freely. Arx lost Rando, fell back out and say, you know what, have the point. we'll come back and see you soon.
Yeah, you don't need to fight over every single point, every single second. It's sometimes you just need to regroup. And I mean, Ascent do have that 1 round lead. They're quite happy to say, okay, Reason, show us what you've got. Let's see you push for a change, and we'll try and defend and react to it. So Reason with the upper hand on this round. Ubers are now up for both teams, so we can expect to see some action reasonably soon.
Here he
Soldiers
comes.
jumping in to try and force it.
Oh!
Excellent shot over onto, was that a scout?
Yeah,
Him
he
up
got
in the
rocked
air,
up anyway.
but that does mean that Mike is down, and that might prompt Ascent to try and get through this choke. There are stickies lying around, so they might have to pop an Uber early, and they have popped it very early. Arie's going to go back in. They've also popped their Uber, but a lot of players are out of position at the moment, trying to push them forward here. Forsaken actually going down in the background.
Yeah, it looks like Arx. I thought for a second Reason going to fall back out, but it's a fakey. They're coming back in, but they've lost 3 players trying to do it. Cadus is caught, so damage dealers are down. It's only Mike and Happy Cool, and Mike is, in fact, of course, the spawn way. He's going to try himself, try and get a pick on the medic. It does take care of Enigma, so it's going to be Podolski and the medic versus Mike 2-on-1. What can Mike do? Very, very weak over the medic.
Mike. Oh, it's
and in the end, he
oh! Medic had 19 health. The falling damage killed him. Mike somehow he had 25 health. Pulled off some sort of rocket jump for 10 health only and still managed to kill the medic.
Well, Fragile doing
sure
the work
worked,
on himself there, I think. I mean, Mike did enough, but so now it's going to be the turn of Reason to have that slight advantage. It's probably going to be about 25%, maybe 30% if they can start building quickly. But look where the Ascent team are, Arx. They're going to make him use, they're going to deny them that point. You get as much damage as they can. Podolski on that back of that train, just putting over the pills there. See if they can slow him down at all. And Nox is taken care of by Enigma.
Spy.
In the background, it was a spy stab. But Reason coming up with the counter. 3 players down for Ascent, 4-on-3 at the moment. Mike still pushing through the house. Scout Strugger so weak going to that front spawn, and in the end, after all that, Nox gets taken down. And well, Reason take the point. What on earth's going on?
Mela got the front spawn there. That was it. Mike was actually in a really good position, but he didn't keep track of the front spawns, and Mela did get that, well, yeah, the front spawn and just came up behind him and took him down. Now that's going to prompt a push because Reason only had 3 players alive. One of their players has got their front spawn, but it's a demo man, and he's opted to go round and join the rest of his team at choke. So a bit of back and forth action here as Ascent do take the midpoint yet again. Yeah,
Reason setting up that for the defense. Cadus has actually got some stickies on the Spire as we see the Reason team build quickly the back trash area of that Spire. Of course, reskin Boston Basher. Someone did get the front spawn. Uber has been popped though, going up to meet and green upper lobby. Looks like the Scout will get caught, but Nox still trying to. Oh, in fact, the Scout doesn't get caught. Cadus comes round and takes care of his Podolski. Sugar and Mela both go down, so it's actually going to be a total swing. 5-on-3. Will they block the Spire? Will they block the Spire? Yes, they have. And Ascent falling back quickly, but huge advantage in favour of Reason, and they've been pushed all the way back to 3rd CP. That soldier of Rando needs to be careful there. Enigma comes in to help out and allow his soldier to escape. Done the job. Ascent very wisely fallen back, and Rando caught at the end as he pulled out his. We got a mini crit.
Right, so Reason have secured that midpoint. They are opting to move through the house. Ascent. Well, they're very much aware that they don't have Uber while Reason do, and so Reason taking the aggressive route round by the front respawn, now making their way onto Stone Bridge. They might be able to cut off Ascent in the lobby here, and actually one soldier's gone there. They have Ubered in front of them. 96%, 97, and the Fragile drops on 96%. Well, it's not quite a drop, but he does go down. As Arie's going to be able to clean up the players here. It's a 3v4 at the moment. Soldier is on the Spire, jumping around. Demoman trying to get some pipes over. Is he going to connect with any of them? Does connect with the last one. As Cade has taken them down, and only 1 player alive. Rando, he's nowhere to be found at the moment.
Rando needs to go big or go home. And in fact, he's going home. He says that. So, Reason now on that 4th CP, building that Uber 50%, coming into upper lobby. Won't want to be too aggressive. Let's just see what the Ascent defense is doing. Pyro going to beat and greet in that front right-hand corner. Of course, no heavy at all. Of course, with that big Uber advantage, it will be popped immediately. No SG either from Ascent. Nothing
Uber
out of the ordinary.
Though,
nothing out of the ordinary, but quite surprising. And Reason coming up to the Uber percentage now, Arx, they probably need to make the most of this because I must say Ascent have built very quickly. And SG, there we go. SG back right as well now.
They need to get in and use it, and they 20%. They
losing
haven't
every
made
second.
their way through. it's still up to there. But now they've popped the Uber a little early, in my opinion. Pyro is blocking it well. Scout, however, got on the point. The Stickies have been depped by Badonsky there. I think Ascent are doing enough here. They have managed to take down one player.
They are.
But Reason have still got height advantage. They are opting to fall out. And with 21 minutes to go, they've decided to just fall out and recycle.
Yeah, it's worthwhile. Reason doing that. Will have in front spawns. Ascent. Oh, there is Badonsky up on point. Someone's going to have to go and stop that. I mean, it's going to be the soldier that jumps up to try and block. Of course, as captain, jumps away when the rest of the Ascent team come floating in. Sniper being played by Forsaken as we hinted towards earlier. Can they lock him in?
Oh.
But Demoman's come aggressive. They fall out, luckily, Arx. And if they got caught there, Mike taken down in the background. But can Forsaken get that pick and maybe get them back in the point?
Sniper shots coming in from mid. That's going to certainly deter them from wanting to jump round from that choke point and try and get anything out on them. So now Reason going to be sitting and building there. Well, in fact, they've got their Uber charge
I was going to say, do they? I don't think they're aware, Arx. They can't be aware.
They are just...
They must have lost track in that fight.
They're sending one soldier around, and I mean, it is captain. He's not necessarily doing an aggressive bomb, but he just wants to get a view of the situation. He's having a little 1v1 up against Mela there, who's forced to jump up onto the spire. But they've provided some room for their sniper, which is just allowing them to edge their way over onto that spire. Soldiers jumping up aggressively there to also get a view, and they're being forced back. Medic does get juggled around the front lobby. As one of the soldiers' Uber is popped, and there's a back cap currently going on over in mid. Is anybody going to be able to get up and block the Spire in time? No, they are not. And I mean, I'm guessing that's probably it is Enigma, who's been doing that all game, to be honest.
So Fragile, Mela fall out, Arx, and they've fallen back all the way to the last CP. Whilst that was going on, there's only 3 players alive for Ascent. Uber has been popped by Fragile, needs to keep Mela alive. It's only those 2 defending. Of course, Rando now coming round on the right hand, coming back in a second as well. But the Scout's coming out, and Reason, Arx, just falling all the way back to the back right-hand corner.
Yeah, they need to regroup.
They want them to come out and see it, bait them out, because they know they've got that Uber advantage. In fact, have I missed something here? It looks like, in fact, Reason have lost that slight percentage increase I would have expected them to have by using it early.
Yeah, that's it. And actually, that's a great push by Ascent. It's really difficult to push out from that point, and they simply brute forced it. They all went as a single unit, and that's just really good team play. And now, are they going to carry that momentum straight into mid? It does look like, in typical American fashion, they are flying out there. However, they have lost 2 of their initial players who jumped in. Mike's gone down in return, and is any more casualties going to suffice? It looks like 1 Scout is isolated on his own, but Happy actually manages to take down Mela, and that's going to prompt Reason to push aggressively over the bridge. Medic does take a little rocket, still 53 health, and he is going to get inside. Scout chasing him down. No, does opt to try and go through to lobby. He hasn't really got the health to do that, but Reason getting back onto that spire again, and well, surely they're going to take it.
A lot to and fro in this second round. You have just joined us. This is the first map, lower round 5. Reason Gaming versus Ascent. Europe versus US for the right to go through to the Constellation final tomorrow. This is the first of 3 maps. 1-0 the score, as you can see, in favour of Ascent. Just under 20 minutes remaining. teamfortress.tv bringing you the action. And, well, it's been to and fro this second round. I don't know where to put my money at the moment. But here we're watching Mike coming in for the bomb up top, trying to get onto the Fragile, taken care of by Badonsky. And now it could be the turn of Ascent to try and push out. Forsaken taken care of as well. So 5 on 4 at the moment. Will that prompt a push? And again, Reason very, very quickly to fall all the way back out and allow Ascent to come back out. But they're being chased. Uber has been popped. Demo goes flying, misses the air shot. But Cadis' counter Uber comes back in. And all a bit messy. Mela thinking, right, I'm going up to point, try and get some time on point. But he is isolated now. And Ascent trying to get back out. It's Demo versus Demo in the lower lobby. Not sure who's going to win this one. And in fact, it's Badonsky that comes out on top against Cadis. And all a messy time on point in the final. Thought he was going to get through. And Reason looking like they're going to push this, Arx.
Well, they've got a soldier and a medic, and the soldier's got great health, 250, currently fully overhealed, but it would be a bit crazy to try and jump in on well, 4 players. So Reason again opting to back out. They've backed all the way out to the choke, relying on that sniper who's just spawned and crossing the bridge, ready to await any Ascent jumpers that are trying to get up to that spire. But Ascent, content with just sitting on their last for now. They've got an Uber advantage, they've got a round advantage, and yeah, they are parking the bus.
So let's stick with Forsaken, and so still plenty of time left for Reason to do something on this map. Let's see Forsaken, see if he can get a fully charged hit on someone. surprised if no one calls that immediately. Nothing there at the moment. Nothing to see. Nothing to bait out. Probably going to switch back up to the upper lobby area, left-hand side. See if he can get shot through the gap. Even if he takes care of the defending, well, Pyro.
He's peeking. He's peeking.
Here we go. Can he get that pick? Vital. Kaida's trying to bait people forward.
Oh,
Is it working?
We can see more than he can, and we saw someone just edge closer to that wall, but it's nobody
sticking with him. It does go to the shoot. Finally, there's that pick by Forsaken. That's surely going to prompt the push. Stickies are no longer there, but they do have that SG still. Pyro be silly to peek now. Very surprised if he does that. Gonna just wait by that right-hand entrance round the wall, of course. This isn't.
They're not utilising the advantage.
No, but Happy Cool behind the point. Time on point!
Oh,
so close. Baiting those players down.
In.
But again, Ascent doing enough. It's, but it looks like Nox could be in trouble. Badonsky unaltered and sort of uncontested coming round. Mike there to try and come and help out, but Badonsky, that's a 3K there, and he's going to jump up to Spire as well. Is Kaida's going to do anything about that? And no, he's not going to be able to, but there is a scout going for behind.
There's still the SG.
Rando and last.
Still the SG, he's not going to get through that direction. But knowing that, how many players that Ascent are leaving on last, they surely should try and defend this Spire. There's a lot of time on there as the Uber comes in, but that's a medic and a soldier versus 4 players. They might be able to get one scout here who's jumping around. And in fact, Scout's now point blank on the medic. Soldier just left him, abandoned him. Full hope. Ascent have managed to retake that Spire and are pushing. In fact, they are absolutely destroying Reason. Momentum's going forward. Uber is forced. That will at least hold the midpoint for now, but I mean, Ascent, they've got numbers and a presence around mid, and I'm not sure if they're going to back out on this as Soldier does jump in to try and get the medic now, but Badonsky firing over some pipes does manage to take him down, actually. And yeah, Ascent are all over this midpoint now.
This fight is still not going to end. Neither team want to give this mid fight up. Still second round. Oh, Badonsky unhappy. Very nice there. Backs away, leaving Soldier isolated. Mailer doesn't do the job, so Mike coming into block, and here comes Cadus as well. So after all that, Reason looking like they're on the back foot. It's in fact their turn to hold on to that third CP. But Ascent, after all that, we lost a little bit of sort of a bit messy. Ascent slight Uber advantage, negligible.
Reason are not giving it to them.
They're not giving it them, and Ascent again still not letting this battle end. Podolski goes down in the background, caught under the bridge. Typical American play Arx, not letting this mid fight end.
Well, this is the thing. They had so much time on the point, but crucially they didn't cap it, and they could have. They opted to chase down a couple of players and didn't get that time on the point. And that's put them in this situation now. As Reason are pushing through towards the Spire entrance, while Mike's covering over on the forward respawn. At the moment, Scout is up on the Spire as, well, we see if they are going to be able to catch this. Soldier jumps up and he's going to have to back off. Scout really can't help too much, but one Scout has made it almost up onto the Spire. Does take him down, but they have managed to take it. Fragile Badonsky even is up on that Spire trying to recap it, and he's going to be able to. Ascent somehow are just holding on to this. Yeah,
they've done enough again, but here come that Reason team coming forward as a solid unit. It looks like Mailer was in trouble there, but Enigma coming in to help him out. Uber has been popped though in the background, so Uber was forced out of Nox, and now counter Uber coming in. Huge advantage for Ascent. Is Badonsky going to make the most of it, going high and wide, trying to get onto that Demo Man and Soldier? Bolo caught in the corner!
Oh my gosh!
Wow,
Mailer
and Badonsky catching Mike, Captain, and Nox there. So it's 2 soldiers and the medic. It's only Happy Cool, but technical wipe there. He was coming around, hitting around the corner. Fragile coming up on top against Happy, and all turn of the tides there. So Reason looking like they're in a great position, and it's actually Ascent now that take that third point. This second round has been going on for 20 minutes now.
Yeah, pretty much. That's some incredible play again. Mailer is the one getting that triple kill, just allowing to take back that point, and they have everything in their favor right now, apart from the fact that there's maybe a sniper threat, well, they're 1 player down, but they do have that Uber advantage. They are about to cap this Spire, or at least try to, but Soldiers of Reason have something to say about that.
Mike's bombing in onto the medic of Fragile. He gets taken down, uncontested all the way from the battleman's Arx.
It's not going to matter as Soldier jumps in over to the medic.
Back cap. Went round, uncontested, and yeah, 2-0 the score, Arx. And wow, that was actually just under a 20-minute round. 12 minutes remaining. I did say Ascent, do you think Reason will be able to bring us back? Third round mid-fight Arx, walk us through it.
Okay, so them men arriving at about the same time this time round, but it looks like Ascent's Badonski's in a better position. Enigma does get taken down early, though. Reason pushing Ascent over into the house. Demoman's a bit isolated, and I don't think Ascent are going to be able to get back out in this unless they rotate around to the choke point. But quite frankly, there's so much of a flank going on at the moment. The Fragile and Badonski are in a bit of trouble. Scout first, Demo and Medic. Scout coming out on top here as Hafikul's going to also ninja that health pack. Demoman's going to die really late in this fight, and Reason might have a very fast round here with that Demoman still having a 20-second respawn. This could be very, very quick.
Yeah, that was a wipe, by the way. So Ascent looked like the spawn wave came in just as they wiped, but that was a wipe in mid-fight. And now Reason, let's see if they can carry this momentum. Uber is ready.
Alive.
Enigma and Sugar both go down. Rando's so weak, he's going to have to go back for the full heals.
Nobody's
and
capped.
Reason's coming in, and they haven't captured the fourth CP.
They haven't captured fourth CP. They're throwing this away. Somebody needs to get back.
And it's Mike going back, Arx. It's Mike going back. It's still a little time. Can they lock him in?
2 respawners just came down. Demo's got stickies on the point. Soldier does go down, and it looks like that mistake has cost them the round.
It's cost them the round. It's actually cost them the round. So 3 players up for Reason. A big mistake there. It does have to get overexcited. Forsaken destroying Shrugger there, by the way. Absolutely melting his face. And now Reason, they've got to have another go. See where Mike's hanging around, making sure no one comes out of Stonebridge and main. Looks like, Badonski catching Mike as he jumped over, actually in the end cratering on the battlements. The crowd loved that one, and Cadis is sticking. Look, Cadis is going through to last. Cadis is going through to last, uncontested. No one's around.
There's nothing there. Soldier's seen it. He's sticking it off. Can he do it?
He's going to get juggled. Rando blocking, but here comes Happy Cool. He only needs a little bit. Only need a time on point. Just need someone to jump in. Ascent coming back, and is that someone up top? I saw it. It's Captain up top. Captain's up top behind the point. Soldier hasn't seen him. Soldier versus Soldier, but there's a scout there coming to help out. Oh, blimey. After all that, I thought he was going to get in there, and Reason didn't wait for the Uber Arx. They're just happy to go in, throw players at it. Ascent now actually have that Uber advantage, and it's looking like they're going to push out Mailer, leading the way, as he has been that whole match. Arx.
Yeah, only 10% Uber left to go for Reason to try and get it. Ascent have pushed out, and they are leaving at least 2 scouts up on the spire. Are Reason going to come straight back in? In fact, they have Uber behind them. Look at this play. A massive flank coming in from Reason. Players dropping. The Fragile is down. 3 players down. And even though Ascent have managed to take the spire, Reason are taking it straight back again. Yeah,
I bet they're not going to forget about the spire this time, Arx. They're not going to forget about it this time. So Cadis is up there doing it himself. He can't get someone to do it, but Sugar's in onto the Medico. But no, Cap in the end in the background. Cap happens, so 2-1 the score. 9 minutes remaining, Arx. 9 minutes. Reason need to win this round, really, to keep that momentum going. And let's see what happens on this 4th mid-fight, Arx. Will Ascent wipe again?
We will have to see now as players are making them way through. Actually, Badonski is much quicker than Cadis, but Cadis taking a slightly different route there, so not too comparable as aggressive soldier play from both teams. One of the soldiers put on, who's that, Mayer, getting dropped in the air, but Mike does manage to take down Badonski there. Ascent have so much time on the point, though.
Reason have fallen out, Arx. Reason have fallen out already. They've given it them. I mean, like we were saying earlier, and I'm not sure what's going on here. So Reason have now sent in 2 players one-on-one to try and hold on to that point, and it leaves them with a 6-on-3 holding on to Spire. Not really sure. The call was done early. They fell back out, but yet still a couple of players still went back in. That was Mike and Happy Cool. Mike's just got the spawn, but Happy Cool's still down. End result, Ascent have taken that Spire pretty easily.
It's actually probably a good thing that they didn't send more players in because of how much time they had on that midpoint already. Had Reason have wiped there, the round would have been over by now. Because of the late respawn times, they would have just capped Spire and then already capped the last point. So I guess they were trying to force an Uber, but the medics
Spy, by the way. Here, oh no. Spy switched back up. Apologies, Arx, for interrupting you. We can hear the Spy on our headphones, and then he switches back up. Commentator's curse. So Arx, 7.5 minutes remaining. Both Ubers at the same percentage. Forsaken trying to get pick onto main. It's actually Badonski's got. I'm not sure what Badonski's peeking there for. A very odd play by Badonski, I must say. Forsaken's probably not going to miss that shot. It's the only thing he's been doing very well this LAN. I mean, not saying he's been having a bad scout play, but on this map, especially, he's got a couple of kills already. It's a surprise he peaked again. But looking like Reason going to try and push out.
It's risky.
It is risky. Both teams have that Uber percentage. Rando's actually caught. So, well, whether that will pop it, and here comes Mike. He's actually got out through the drop down. But Reason still being pinned back onto the battleman's area.
Going for a flank here.
Yeah, he is. He is. Here he comes. it's going to be coming in onto
Uber's
the
forced.
fragile. Fragile does use her Uber, and he is taken down by Mailer. Nox yet to use his Arx though, and I'm very surprised. Given the time, 2-1 the score, and Reason have actually fallen back when they have an Uber advantage.
I think it's actually, there's a bit of mind games going on because of the number of times that they've been caught out by Enigma going behind them.
But I would have expected them to defend upper lobby.
Yeah, true. But
oh, here they are. They're defending upper lobby.
yeah, I guess. But I guess that they're just concerned about that back cap. Enigma's provided that mental element that there could be a potential back cap on the cards at any point. And they are opting to push out now. They do realise that they're running out of time, as players are trying to. Well, Rando was trying to get in behind them there, but are they going to be able to actually get up? They do have. Well, they had some bodies on there, but again, they're not fully committed to it. I'm just looking behind.
It's
one
it's
scout
actually,
in the lobby.
you can see, yeah, it's the scout going around the back at the moment, upper lobby. It's pulled back Forsaken as well. Enigma went to last, but of course, second CP is recaptured. Can't cap that last point now, and it's actually Ascent setting up for the defense on mid. Just coming up to that 5-minute warning. So coming up to that 5-minute warning. Ascent currently leading Reason 2-1. This is the first map of best of 3. Granary and Snakewater to follow if needed. And the loser of this best of 3 will be going out. Of course, this is lower round 5. Winner will go through to the Constellation final. It's all up to Reason Arx, and they're coming through the house. Here comes the bombing soldier, and Mike gets wrecked by Sugar and Enigma. And Kate is so weak as well. Forsaken destroyed as well. Ascent surely going to push through Arx. They know they can now, surely.
They do, and they've already got time on the point as well.
And Rando's round the back. Oh, misses a jump up to Bauman's. Captain's going to have to defend all on his own. Rando's still round the back. Has he been called? He's still round the back of them. Coming up behind him. They haven't even seen him. They're going to come back. Captain's going to have to come unblock. Drop down again, hit down. Scout needs to come up this time, but he's still there. Is he going to get onto Nox? No, he doesn't. But again, turns so many heads. Mike gets the spawn wave now, so he's back in the game. And I thought Ascent would have maybe used a little bit more momentum there, Arx. So I would say that's a good hold by Reason.
Well, yeah, but they did use their Uber now. It's only a small percentage. We are talking about 20%, but depending on the area of the map, that 20% can be enough. There's now Reason trying to get in. It looked like they're trying to force an Uber that doesn't yet exist. I mean, forcing Uber is definitely easier than killing a medic. And if he hasn't got Uber, then there's nothing that you're going to be forcing.
Yeah, definitely.
So right now, this is where Ascent do have their Uber charge. I don't think they're going to be able to capitalize on it. They did lose Enigma, and I guess they're just waiting for the full spawns, full lineup. But this is where the clock can come into play.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it's
4 minutes remaining.
4 minutes, yeah, very well said, Arx. 4 minutes now as we see another bombing run of Mike coming in. He's absolutely wrecked in the air, and this time he is destroyed. Are Ascent going to make the most of it this time? So are they going to make the most of it? 4 minutes left. They have turned, of course, to the Mike for trying to get a pick. It hasn't worked. 3.5 minutes left now. Ascent baiting them forward, Arx. Ascent baiting them forwards. And in fact, look at that, Enigma running heavy.
See, they are
They know they well.
I think it's quite
Americans
risky.
always do this. They go defensive and then blame everyone else.
Oh, shots fired. But no, I actually don't really agree with this because it's brave. They have the momentum, and 3 minutes left. There's only one round in it. They're basically inviting Reason to come and attack them. And if Reason pull it off, they're back in.
Well, they would have heard the heavy Arx. I'm surprised I haven't seen Forsaken go spy or sniper yet. And in fact, there we go. They are trying to make something happen. And it's Reason coming through, knowing that they don't have the time. Both Ubers have been popped.
Or medic.
Ascent have that side advantage. Randa gets taken down in the background, but Captain's going to see if he come back and make anything of it, trying to bait people forward. But with a heavy there, he needs so much focus fire. It's going to take a lot to take him, but Forsaken coming in behind him.
Focused on the heavy.
Ascent in trouble now. 4 players down out of nowhere. And it's a wipe from Ascent. And Reason now, they need to get this third point. They need to get that fourth CP. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Could we see a potential golden cap Arx? This is what you were talking about.
This is why it's risky. Ascent had all of the momentum in the game. There was no reason for them to try and take that defensive approach. If they had just kept pushing, it's almost certain that they would have got another round on the map because they were completely controlling that Spire and last CP. They just weren't able to cap it. But what they did there is they surrendered ground for nothing. They turtled up on the midpoint, and they've left Reason with a massive Uber advantage, pushing onto the last, and they might, now a player down, they might very well have just put this map into a golden cap.
Yeah. So Ascent actually would expect on full defense. Enigma riding NG and Engineer, that was of course, and Shrugger versus Pyro.
Look at that
down,
time.
But it's got 1 minute and 50 seconds left. And Uber has been popped. They have done nothing with it, Arx. They've done nothing. They're coming in
Someone
again.
just
They
needs to
know
jump
this
on
is
that
a fair
point, though.
fight. This is a pure deathmatch fight now. Reason need to win this or they're in trouble. And Ascent of losing
On the
players.
point.
Only 3 players, 6 on 2 now.
Get on the
It's going to be
point.
Reason that take it. Yes, it is. So 2 all the score. There we have it. 1 minute 30 seconds left. Reason needed that round, Arx. Came down to pure deathmatch. Contrary to what I was saying earlier, they won it.
Yes, still 1 minute 30 seconds, and if there's one thing that Americans are really good at, and that is the hyper-aggressive strategy where you can go all out. So if anyone's going to take this round, I don't want to commentate as cursive, well, I kind of do, but it looks like the Americans, are they going to try and go for the win here? Let's have a look how this mid-fight goes. The Soldiers jump up aggressive. It's actually Reason. Soldiers, who had good positioning, managed to get a lot of damage out, but now in comes Ascent's damage. 2 players down, taken for Reason. Still 58 seconds on the clock. 3 players live. Medic is down.
Careful.
Ascent could be in a position to take this round. If Reason lose any more players, it's quite a slow cap of mid.
Being chased as well. Arx out of the house. Apologies, interrupting there. He's been cut off from front spawn. Enigma takes care of him. That was technically a wipe there. Nox went down fairly early in the fight as well, so he may have it up in time. And now it's actually Reason's turn to defend. Personally,
still 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Ascent
30
have
seconds.
Uber.
They need to
have
go.
Players.
They need to go. They need to be stacked in upper lobby. And here they come. Through lower lobby, Arx. Maybe technically take us through this final fight.
As they have Ubered in, there's not much time on the point. Soldiers now getting on there now. He's got Scouter for backup. Deadman sticking, covering. This is a perfect executed attack by Ascent. This is exactly what I meant, as in they can do that. 1 minute 30 seconds is all they need if they've got that pressure, and that is American TF2 all over.
So it's actually, we saw in that mid-fight there, Reason going aggressive, didn't work. Both Mike and Captain coming up through that valley side, and it was called early. It was called early by the demo man, of course, of Ascent, and, well, Badonsky just calling it early, meet and greet up top, and now we're seeing some of the highlights on the stream. Badonsky taking care of Mike. We liked that one earlier. There's
Mailer coming in for the
coming through the other side, Badonsky the other way as well. This is all Ascent. Is it surprising? We're watching all Ascent highlights. Is it surprising that they won, Arx? Would you? I mean, I'm not going to say it.
They would. Okay, you are fine, right? But it's only one map. There's still another, potentially 2 more to go. But Ascent were all over that map. They were winning everything. They just made one mistake, and they were lucky to make up for that mistake. I think they had complete control of that entire game. At no point did TLR look. Reason Gaming. That's the one. At no point did Reason Gaming look like they were going to win that map. It was all about if they can hang on, if they can come back and do it. And I think that they were kind of lucky to pull that off. 1 minute 30 seconds round is asking quite a lot, but it was their own fault originally.
Well, yeah, they got them in that position in the first place. I can imagine the team comms would have been very interesting there. Maybe we should have switched it after that Reason got that final round. So if you have just joined us, you have missed the first round, the first map, of course, of Ascent versus Reason. It went in the favour of Ascent. 3-2 the score, capping the final 30 seconds. And, well, now, Reason, if they don't win this map, Arx, they're going home.
They're going home.
They're going home, and it's going to be Granary, deathmatch heaven.
It's going to be interesting. I don't think that scouts have such a big effect.
No, it's far too spammy. Far too spammy, actually. So, again, Granary, one of those maps where it's quite an old school map, part of the original release of TF2, actually, wasn't it? Various variations since then, of course, to things bugs, and no longer have the gates at the first. There used to be gates on Granary.
They re-added those, didn't they?
Yeah, I know, they re-added them. Not
tragic.
many people remember that. So there is, obviously, of course, some small changes, but now it's still the same map it was, technically. Very spammy choke points, not a lot of width, which we saw in the Badlands. And again, I have to say, Arx, maybe I'd put that in Ascent's favour again, based off what we just saw a moment ago.
I think Reason have a chance, and the reason is that I feel that Ascent scouts were the difference on Badlands. Now, Granary kind of neutralises the scout threat a little bit, which, if that was the difference between the two teams, we might find that we've got much more of an even battle. But in terms of overall performance, Ascent they dominated that game. I want to credit Reason, and yeah, it looked close. The scoreline was close, but it was all Ascent attacking and just failing the pushes. It was never really Reason. I mean, they got a cap. Fine, they got one round. That's all good. But it never felt like they were going to win that game, and that's a bit alarming.
So right, whilst we wait for the teams to rejoin Granary, they're going to take a break, and so are we. So we're going to leave you with some word from our sponsors, and we'll be back very shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You are back live with Team Fortress TV at the famous multiplayer i55 event. You're here with Arx Beta, bringing you lower round 5 of the Team Fortress 2 competition. Lower round 5 being, of course, Reason versus Ascent, and best of 3. You have, if you have just joined us, you have missed one map, and what a heck of a map, Arx. Badlands. If you don't want to know the spoilers, don't listen now. And in fact, it's Ascent that take the first map, and momentum.
Rightly so. Rightly so as well.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, it was a dominating performance. The scoreline actually doesn't really do too much justice. I think they controlled the map really well, made one mistake at the end, and then made up for it. So I think the deserving winner won that game. Yeah,
I fully agree. So it was 2-2 with about 3 minutes. 2-1 with about 3.5 minutes left, and in fact, Ascent defended the midpoint on Badlands as long as they could. Let Reason come on to them. Reason pushed all the way through and took it to 2-2. And in the final 45 minute and 30. I was going to say the final 45 by the time they got the point. Ascent actually took it to 3-2. And now we're on Granary, though, so that's all gone and behind us now. So Reason do need to win this map, or they will be going home. So European favourites, European champions, champions-elect of i55 as well. They will be going home if they do not win this map, and it's all up to them. Arx, Granary, walk us through it.
Well, Granary's, it should be a little slower than Badlands, at least. And it's one of these maps that's very unforgiving if you haven't got the map positioning. For example, the team with the players up on the crates can absolutely dominate any team on the floor, and you're forced to just fall out of the point. Badlands has a lot of open areas. It's quite easy to, even if you seem like you're at a disadvantaging position, you can quickly turn it around and get into a different advantageous position. But Granary is very unforgiving for that team. And I think because of that, it does neutralize a bit of scout threat on this map. I think soldiers play a much larger role. Demoman has a lot of sort of choke watching to do, but again, does put quite a lot of damage out to the confined corridors and those areas of the map. It's a fun map. Just usually a bit more organized and a little less chaotic than Badlands is.
Yeah, so there isn't going to be as many as those flanks we see on Badlands. A lot harder to get out of the choke points as well. And Demoman have to be very quick in their rollouts, otherwise they lose mid-fight before they even get there.
That is true. If a Demoman does mess up his rollout, you can be completely sealed off. From even entering
Stickers
the point.
On the garage, stick on the right-hand side, and of course, get your soldiers to spam up top as well, and pretty much game over. But Arx, I mean, given that, of course, the Ascent are winning this now, would you still favour some of those battles we spoke about before? Were you surprised that maybe, I think we did favour, to be fair, we favoured the Ascent soldiers in the end, didn't we?
I did. I didn't.
I did. But you were favouring
I put
Cadis.
a lot. Yeah, I put actually Reason's strongest part of their team is their soldier play, and it's possibly, I don't want to discredit any players, obviously they've got to this stage of the tournament with the players that are on their roster, but the scouts it felt like they were lacking a little bit compared to Ascent scouts who've been performing phenomenally. Yeah. Throughout the tournament so far. So I think that Granary, since it neutralizes the scout threat that Badlands has with all the open areas, it's a good chance for Reason to take them up. Yeah, so these guys are really about to go get ready. So let's run you through those lineups. So just a reminder, i55, Team Fortress 2, lower round 5 between Ascent and Reason. So it's going to be Reason, of course, is going to be Nox on Medic with Mike and Captain on the soldiers, Kalis running the Demo Man, and Haffy Cool and Forsaken for Scouts. And of course, Ascent, Shrugger and Enigma and Scout, Rando and Mela on the soldier play, and finally Badonsky and on Demo and Fragile on Medic. They are coming into this second map, 1-0 up on the series, best of 3 if required, Snake Water to follow. And just a summary, if Reason lose this, they are going home. All the pressure on Reason, all the pressure in Europe, all the pressure on champions-elect Arx. And here they are. That's it. They are the last European team.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, no.
We got Nerd Rage in the final.
Yeah, Nerd Rage in the final. That's the point, actually. So I've just realised I've been saying things wrong, haven't I?
Not really, because I guess Reason were always the favourites.
Yeah, true.
From Europe. No one ever thought that Nerd Rage would get that far. So we won't give you spoilers. Well, we know we're giving you spoilers already. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
So Nerd Rage earlier on actually knocking Froyotech into the lower bracket. They go through to the grand final tomorrow. That will be a best of 5. I believe that's 2 p.m. UK time. But before that, we'll have the consolation final. So that will be the winner of this match versus Froyotech for the right to go through to the final. And
so actually, in terms of Europe versus America, this match is irrelevant because it'll all come down to the next one.
But if Reason do win this Arx, then they beat
then we
Froyo.
Have two, potentially
then we have 2 Europeans or potentially
2 Europe versus America matches.
Yeah,
it could be.
Yeah, and also if Ascent win this, we're guaranteed to have a European versus US final, which we all love those.
Yeah, true. Actually, that is definitely the case. Well, either way, this whole tournament's been really, really competitive, and it just goes to show that even at this point, nobody can call who's going to win the tournament. Yeah. So Granary is going to be that map, and we're ready to go live. So this is Team Fortress TV bringing you multiplayer's i55 round 5 with Ascent versus Reason. We are Arx Beta bringing you the coverage. Production of David and, of course, Dashner helping out today. Arx, run us through to that first mid. Cadis getting a massive sticky over onto Badonsky, taking him out under 100 health after taking that health pack. Medic might have to put his attention on Badonsky for the time being, which could make their soldier play suffer, but we'll have to see if that's the case, as now soldiers start their jumps, getting aggressive here, as Captain is trying to jump over into the corner, gets one air shot over onto, it looked like it was Mailer there who does eventually crater, and I think Reason might be coming out on top in this one. Yeah, Center in trouble, Arx. There's only Enigma left, and he is sneaky around the red crate, gonna try on the medic, and that's a wipe for Ascent. Fragile went down so early. He's actually waiting for the spawns, and lo and behold, that combo play you're talking about, Arx, Reason taking the 4th CP, well, of course, mid. 4th CP are ready. They're ready to rock and roll. Uber is ready, and they're not going to hang around Giro Arx. Surely they want this momentum and make sure their players are there fully healed up, getting everyone to the maximum they can, and they're going to come on through. They have got the time to make sure that everybody is up and running. I mean, there's virtually no chance that they're going to get that Uber advantage. Where Rando is. It has been called. One player down. They've still got to go for it, though, if they want to utilize this Uber advantage. It'll be cutting it really close if they wait for that scout to spawn. As just having a look there as Mike does take down Shrugger. The other scout down as well, so in fact they give him so much time here though. There we go. Here we go. Finally, Mike's coming in. Surely it's going to get taken down. Fragile goes flying up in the air. Captain comes in to help out, but Reason don't seem to have done much damage again with that Uber. They've lost a couple of players now, still fighting in that back right-hand corner, but here comes those pipes from the Demo Man. It's going to be a 4-on-3 at the moment. Happy Cool, uncontested onto the point, coming around behind him. Scout versus Scout to the point. Other Scout comes in to help out, but Reason wipe, in fact, and Ascent 4 players still remaining, Arx. Right, 2 players forward spawns. Yeah, definitely get the recapture there. Yeah, it looks like Reason are going to be having to hold this mid-fight. Ascent are taking that yard area and making sure that's secured, that no one can get in behind. Sensing hesitation from Reason here. I mean, I would have thought in the old days, you just rush on through and get that. Don't let them settle in defense. And in fact, they let Ascent settle. They let Rando get into that position. Wasn't called early, and then it all seemed to turn upside down from there. They're in 2 states of mind because they lost 1 player. They didn't want to push in with a 5v6. But they had an Uber advantage, which surely can make up for that player. But then once they equalized it and managed to take down Shrugger, that's suddenly a 5v5 and an Uber advantage. They pushed in, but it was a bit chaotic at that point. I feel that maybe they could have gone in on the on the 5v5. Yeah, so we're actually looking at Mike, who stayed in the front spawn. So that's the front spawn for what you get from capturing the 4th CP. In fact, sorry, no, I thought he was in the front spawn. He's come out now. It's actually on the 3rd CP. No, that is the front spawn. They changed it since our days. So it's, thought he was just slightly ahead near towards more of the end of the garage area. That's where I expected he was, but I was wrong. Reason just holding on to that 3rd CP Arx. So lots of time remaining. Again, this is where that combo play is going to come in. A lot of span coming through that door entrance area. Of course, another new addition to some of the old granaries of old.
which may some of the viewers may be familiar with. Just allows slightly more different entrance instead of the 2 choke points. Ultimately, you have a slightly different entrance. Ascent no Arx happy to fall back into the back of the yard. Uber percentage is exactly the same. Both teams wanting that pick, and this is where we do see a little bit of that stalemate. And in fact, one of the scouts has got out, and it was Forsaken who got out on the left-hand side. Takes down Rando, who is isolated. He's on the edge, and Forsaken taken down though by Shrugger. Will that delay them? No, it hasn't.
That could have been really big if Forsaken had won that duel. That would have opened up the entire side of the map. Right now, 2 players down.
They're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, they're in trouble here as the flank comes in. They are forced into that corner. I don't think they can get out to mid, so it is going to be an Uber charge for both teams. Ascent surely going to have to back off, but they're using aggression here just to try and hold them. One soldier of Captain does get isolated. I'm wondering if that's going to provide an opening for them to get to mid.
Wondering if they're going to come on top. Cadus already gone defensive. Mailer doesn't get caught with the stickies there. Must have just missed him. And Ascent are coming onto that midpoint. Still struggling to get out of that garage area reason. They will have to fall back, I suspect. And they are falling back all the way to the yard area. They will not be able to get out of that garage area. Don't want to lose any players. Uber percentage is about the same. May as well give them the 3rd point Arx and try again in a moment. Very tentative start sort of by both teams here. Neither team wanting to lose that pick, make sure they don't lose any huge advantage or any, well, not even necessarily lose advantage, give the other team an advantage.
Yep, that's it. So right now, Uber's nearly built up. There's no one going for any sort of risky picks at the moment. We might see a potential roaming soldier bomb to try and force an Uber out, but it's quite a difficult position, especially when your opposing team, well, Reason have got that height advantage on any soldier that is going to try and make a jump. So I think the teams are just going to size each other off, see maybe if they can start getting a bit of a pokey spam through and see if they can just create an opening. Yeah,
we're just currently watching Randos. He hangs around the garage area, see if he can hit back some of those stickies. Ascent taking their time, still plenty of time left, 25 minutes remaining. Just a reminder, this is lower round 5, i55 Team Fortress 2 competition, brought to you by teamfortress.tv, of course. And, well, if Reason lose this, they will be going out of the competition. So, as you can understand the hesitation.
The pressure,
the pressure doesn't get any more than this. They know they're expected to deliver and perform. And, well, at the moment, they're losing 1-0. And here we go. Here comes Rando. He's going to come in for the bomb. Yes, he is.
Tragic.
Rocked up by Hathi and Forsaken. Surely Reason now. Surely Reason now, Arx. And surely Mike, Reason must come through, and here we go. So Mike going first, coming through lower garage, fails his jump, gets huge damage, does get taken down by Chaos Shrugger, but I think Soldier of Mailer did most of it, and Reason falling back, Arx.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, sometimes when a player goes down, it isn't an advantage, it's a free advantage that you suddenly get, but hold that thought for a second as the teams are Ubered squaring up to each other, and it looks like actually Ascent not in the best position. Medic's in trouble, the Fragile does go down, Enigma's also down from the scattergun of Forsaken, as wow, are Ascent going to be able to hold on to this? Reason, again, as you said, hesitating to come through. They've got a numbers advantage, still 7 seconds on the spawns. There is a sticky trap, but they're taking their time to get through this point. And is it a great defense or is it just bad play?
Hesitant there to answer that question, but Captain does come in, takes care of Rando and Shrugger there. Happy now does come through. I thought Reason were going to fall back, but Fragile rejoins the fight, but he's going to come back to only 3 players live alive. And Badonsky taking so much damage from Happy, and Cadus is going to fall back, and again Fragile's isolated. Only Enigma's still fighting, surely going to get taken down. He does take Captain with him, but Reason going to take the 3rd TP. Could we see Ascent not giving this fight? Typical Americans not going to give up his fight here. Are they? No, Rando does fall back. So, as Arx alluded to, very hesitant there, Reason. I thought for a moment they were going to fall back, just get that Uber Arx and then come on in and take that 3rd TP very nice and easy. But, in fact, they almost faked. They fell back out, came back in, and it seemed to work for them. They have the 3rd TP, and now they do have 30% advantage. But do they know it, Arx? Do they know it?
Ascent are playing like a team who are aware of the map. They're aware of what they need to do, what the current situation is, whereas Reason are very much getting into, they're getting into a situation and then they're just trying to overcome it on the spot. They're just, for example, now they're pushing into this choke point and then they'll have a fight.
Behind. Rando takes down Happy, came down from the window outside. Uber has been popped by both teams. Reason very, very quickly falling back outside of that garage. Don't want to get caught in that garage and flanks, and Ascent just the same, holding on. Don't want to give any opportunity or any advantage to Reason there. And, well, most importantly, both medics survived as well. So we're going to have another stalemate here, and this first round of Granary always can be the most tricky. We know how fast Granary can be, and well, this is one of the slower rounds we've seen, but it's just so important now. This is the business end of the tournament, and both teams know what's at stake. If you win this, you're guaranteed third place, and that is a guaranteed £1,600 up for grabs.
Yep, so Ubers are nearly built up here. Very slight, well, basically a non-existent Uber advantage for Reason. They are both done and ready, so we'll see who's going to be making the move here. Last time Ascent sent a soldier out to try and make a bomb, but that actually was when they were on the other side of the map. So I'm wondering if we're going to see Reason's bomb. Here he comes. Soldiers jumping over, trying to get something, but Medic was well hidden. He did get a bit of damage out onto the soldiers, but...
Oh, there's chasing. Shrugger's chasing. Oh, nearly takes care of Captain there as well. So weak. Has that prompted Ascent to push? And no, it hasn't. Again, do you not want to lose anything? Only a soldier for scout trade. Probably, maybe my books could have been worth it, but still plenty of time. I'm happy to let that Shrugger to come back, and well, of course, Mike will rejoin the fight as well. Arx, would you expect this type of play from Ascent? I mean, I know it's technically, oh, Captain again coming in. Doesn't force that Uber out. They're just sending one in at a time now. Arx trying to force that Uber out, and it hasn't worked again. Could we see a duel coming in? But hold that fort, hold that fort. A center in the right-hand side. Uber has been popped. That was to save Mailer, who had to be done, and Rando's very weak as well. It's going to be a fight on point, but Mailer's totally surrounded. Counter Uber coming in. They're going to have a huge advantage, extend so much longer than Ascent, but Reason doesn't look like they're doing the damage. Can they get out of that choke point? They have to be careful. There is someone there. Enigma coming around behind them as well. Now, hasn't been called.
They might get trapped here. Demo's coming in. Budonsky putting loads of damage out. Reason's health not looking very good for them at the moment as scouts come in, and they're the ones who'll be able to clean up, as they are still getting flanked majorly by a scout and Demo, but Reason are able to deal with it. Captain taking down Enigma. Can they get Budonsky down? They're putting a lot of pressure down on him. Mike gets him down, and this has got to be around for Reason. It's a complete wipe. Are they going to cap the second this time? It looks like they are leaving a scout on it. And it's going to be a 5 versus 2 on this last point, joined by a 6. Spawns are not coming in time. Are they going to be able to hold this? If Ascent do, it would be a miracle.
There we go.
And the first round this time going to Reason.
Reason taking that first round. That round was 11 minutes, Arx. One of the slower rounds Granary has seen, but they know it's all to play for. They know they need to win this map, and well, let's see if what Ascent can do in this mid-fight. Let's follow Budonsky this time as he's coming on through, going the lower left entrance onto that med pack. Cadus just out of time, just misses him with that sticky, and in fact, Cadus eats sticky from Budonsky in return, drops down to get that med pack, and just watching now, see where the soldiers rejoin the fight. Mike, uncontested on the right-hand side. Sure, if Fragile would have called that. Scout coming up to try and block that as well. Take care of Rand. Mike and Cadus going to work on the Ascent team. They've lost 4 players now. A 5th down. It's only the Fragile that's left, and he's fallen out. Great mid-fight by Reason.
Indeed it was, and they're carrying an advantage. Not so much an Uber advantage, but they've got the numbers, and surely with one person alive.
Still being chased as well.
Yeah. Is he going to be able to get him down? The health, his health was too good there, but it does look like Reason just capping out this 4th now. Are they going to push straight in? They probably should.
They need to. This is another, and there we go. So Reason not hanging around this time. No, they have an advantage. They need to get time on point, but there's no players going down from this Uber. And Mike goes down, Mailer comes down, counter Uber does come in, surely. Now, but he's held on to it. Great play by the Fragile, needing that, realizing he didn't need it. And it's Enigma that's pushed all the way through onto the medic of Nox, and he falls back out. 3-on-2 in the end, and Nox falling all the way back out, outside of Garage. Happy call, back cap, into back cap. Scout comes in to block. He's so weak, but he's going to switch to get onto the Fragile instead. Still jumping around. Oh, so close, Arx. And, well, you know, actually,
he did enough.
He did enough. He's pulled them back, and they didn't capture the second point.
Honestly, I don't want that to overshadow how bad of a push Reason's push on last there was. Scouts simply were not doing a job. They'd done everything right. They pushed in with an advantage. They forced Ascent back into spawn, or at least mostly into spawn. Not one person touched the final capture point. Not one. Not even for a fraction of a second. It was just a really terrible push from Reason, and they should have done a lot better. Thankfully, Happy Cool has just saved them this capture point, and possibly even more, just from going for that back cap. Yeah. He pulled off an Enigma.
Brave Ascent, by the way, Arch. Just watching this, they've taken care of Mike and Forsaken.
They're feeling confident.
Yeah, they are feeling confident because they've just pushed through up through the lobby, upper area. And, well, they haven't used their Uber to get it as well. They've given him that point for free.
Yeah, I mean, they'd lost some players. Cadis actually going down as well. Rando coming out huge, just forcing a scout back as well. And I'm not even sure if Reason are going to be able to hold this mid. They do have Uber, and so they can try and do this, but Uber's popped at exactly the same time. Demoman's obviously not there, so they're lacking that sticky force to try and get into the point, and Ascent now getting their soldiers airborne. I'm thinking Reason might actually come out on top, but their players are backing off. They're being intimidated. At least for now, it looks like it's a 5v4 at the moment. Reason have the advantage, but the health is quite low on a few of Reason's players. Here we go.
Badonsky onto Nox, takes care of him. Captain in the end, in the end it was almost like the crater we were talking about. But Ascent, after all that Arx, lose 4 players, 5 on 2. And Reason coming through onto that 4 CP. Only thing is to remember that, of course, Nox went down, Shrugger versus Forsaken, Shrugger coming out on top. Nox went down, so of course they will have a substantial loss of an Uber advantage because Nox going down very late in the fight. They're fragile now, 80% Uber versus that 25. And let's listen to maybe the Reason team. Arx, what do you reckon?
Yep, let's get some Reason Gaming comms on here.
Top. 660.
Let's go to right. Go right. In. Front. Front. Right.
Get out.
Get out. Getting out. Middle. Did you fall them?
No. Nope.
Yeah.
We're gonna have it.
Just on the out. We got it.
I'm getting ammo.
Get up.
So low on ammo.
Let's have a good
Watch left again.
I have no sickies. I need to get some soon.
Slightly left, so we have this one. Roll me.
You're above me?
Wait,
Okay.
Guys.
Okay, so Reason there, you saw they knew they they had a Uber disadvantage, fell out straight away, and we heard Cadis called in for ammo. It's probably well played by Reason, but most vitally, as you heard Nox call it, but very quickly, and did you force it? No, they didn't. But nevertheless, 15-minute warning just gone. 1-0 the score in favour of Reason. This is the second map, best of 3. Ascent taking that first map, so if Reason win this, they will have a decider, which will be Snakewater, and all to play for Arx as both teams settle back into a position which they're happy with. Mike taking down Shrugger, only a scout, don't think that'll prompt the push. Very surprised if it did, but again, both teams happy to sit where they are.
Yeah, I mean, it is a player advantage again, but it's Reason, they do have that 1-point advantage.
Looks like they're coming in, Arx. Hold that fort, they're coming in. Well, in fact, it looks like Mike going high and fly again. Badonsky taking care of him, so that's a soldier down. Maybe we could see Ascent pushing now. Yeah, here they go. Here they come, Rando at the right-hand side entrance of Garage, but Sticky to come in. Cadis obviously went and got ammo. And can they get into that yard area? Rando's taking down. Uber has been popped. Counter Uber comes in. Cadis so weak, manages to get away straight onto the heels of Nox. And Ascent very wisely, realising no real advantage, happy to retake the third and happy with those front spawns. Don't want to lose too many players and lose the third and potentially for their second CP at the same time.
Yeah, we could have a very long stalemate here just while the teams rebuild their Ubers again. I'm not sure if it looks like Reason are thinking about sending a soldier in for some sort of bomb, but I'm not sure if it's worth it as there isn't an Uber to force. There's only a medic to kill, and it's generally quite a much harder task to pull that off. But no, that Mike's opting against it. He is just sitting around. There's a sticky trap above his head, which they didn't actually detonate that on the scout that came through, which Mike had to kill earlier, which is surprising. Now, I'm wondering if they would have seen that sticky trap, but then again, it's quite an obvious location, so certainly not a game changer.
So as we settled in, both teams now building Uber. In fact, looks like Ascent not hanging around. They want to try and get in through Garage. Mike's there as well. In fact, both soldiers are there, so that's Mike and Captain both spamming in. They have managed to let Scout in, who's coming on to Mike. Fair amount of damage. Mike actually on 48 HP, and Captain very weak as well. So both players having to go back for heals. Ascent haven't made most of that, of course. Probably would have known that. And we see Happy Cool spy checking just to make sure there's nothing around.
Reason are going in.
Yeah, here they are. They are going in. Captain catches Rando. Do we see a flank coming on at all from Ascent?
1 HP.
No, we haven't. And it's Enigma does take care of Forsaken, hidden in that corner. Still chasing through again. Arx. Neither team wanting to commit. Reason, of course, ultimately we know why they're not wanting to commit, but a little bit too early for that.
Oh,
Fragile's caught! Fragile's caught by Cadis. Cadis is sticky's caught Fragile. I'm not sure if that wasn't called or what on earth happened there, but Reason now got to come through.
Yeah, surely they have to here with the medic down, but this does mean that there are 5 players with almost nothing to lose to try and get that Uber out of you, and we can surely see Ascent turn up some aggression. Are they going to be able to hold off Reason? Well, 2 players really, really low.
Centre flanking Arx. They've gone round to the 4 CP. Time on point. Enigma taking care of the stragglers as well, who are coming back. Still time on point. It's Rando going to pull Reason all the way back, and he's done enough. So Fragile has rejoined the fight and healing up his players. Wasted Uber from Reason, did nothing coming onto that 3rd CP, and we are all the same again. Forsaken's all on his own. I'm surprised Ascent fell out there. Did they lose a few players? I thought Fragile had rejoined them there, and they've fallen back out. As we see now, Enigma running Spy as well. Questionable why Enigma running Spy. Again, no Uber.
It was the situation that they were in before, I think. That, and maybe they know that there's going to be quite a long stalemate, so there's going to be a lot of time for him to try and get behind people. I think that actually I'm starting to become a bit of an Ascent fanboy here because of the way that they're playing. They lost their medic there, and if you think, okay, well, what can we do? What are our options in this scenario? And it's, well, you can send players to force out the Uber or something, and they thought, well, the other option is to go behind them and get some time on it. We can't win a straight up fight. Something needs to change. And as Enigma does go down there as a Spy, didn't quite work out for them.
Yeah, it's my childish little giggle there because it was almost pathetic attempt. But anyway, Happy Cool taken down, so it's scout for scouting, and neither team wanting to push Arx. Just gone past that 10-minute warning, so 10 minutes remaining on this second map, best of 3. Right now, we will be having a decider. We will be going to Snakewater, but will it remain the same? 10 minutes will tell us so. Arx, Reason just hanging around. This is one of the things with Granary, but how would you say Reason are performing? I mean, you're talking about Ascent there. They have been holding on very well. Very great, very good play to obviously come out, hold against the Uber when the Fragile went down, but I wouldn't say Reason have done too badly either in taking that first point, but they seem to still be a little bit hesitant. And you can understand why, you know, pressure building as we get even more closer to that end of the stopwatch. It's going to build even more, and they know as they now it looks like they're going to try and get through the left-hand side, but again, without those heals, Captain, apologies, I believe it was Mike trying to do that. And just watching Enigma up top, actually now just on the 3rd CP coming out of Garage, hasn't been called. Is he coming on? And rocked up by Happy Cool and Kalis exactly at the same time. Arx, they're a bit stalemate, what do you expect?
Reason should be pushing this.
Yes, they said push.
Their players have good health. They should be pushing this man advantage. Previously, they don't need to push.
Bombing in.
Mike takes down Shrugger. That's 2 players down. If they don't push this, they are crazy, as they are now pushing in. Thank God for that. As Ascent are forced to sit on their point. They do have Uber, so we can expect them to try and aggressively hold this, as Rando does go down to Forsaken. But in they come now.
Yeah, so Enigma just out the back there fighting off the scout who came out of the stairs area. Uber has been popped by both teams. Ascent not in a very good position here. Map position-wise, not very good. They have allowed Reason to spread out across the point, meaning that those pipes not going to do much. Podolsky trying to do his best, but Maynard gets taken down. Kalis, though, says Maynard for Kalis is a good trade. And it's actually Reason who fall out. They still haven't
Scout on the point.
Scout on the point. Not close enough. Forsaken denied. Rando denies him as well. But Reason coming back in, 2 on 3.
Here we
Mike,
go.
And a help of Nox, surely. Reason going to take it. It's only the Fragile left. Mike going to chase, surely. Fragile falling back. Going to get taken care of. Yes, he is. There we have the quietness as I expected, the expectation of Mike. They finally capture that 4th CP Arx, and now we have some movement. And can Reason put another point on the board, Arx, and maybe unassailable lead at 2-0 with coming up to 5 minutes left?
Well, why don't we let's see the Ascent team comms here, because they've got to be frustrated that nothing is happening. So
Got buffs as soon as you got here.
I'm here on pipe.
Sorry, heavy being used, Arx. So very quiet on the Ascent comms. Very quiet. We switch back to me and Arx. Very quiet. Calmness. calmness in the face of adversity. Arx, maybe that's maybe the way we put it. Here comes the Ubered Heavy, so Reason altering their tactics using that Heavy. It's going to need so much focus fire. Fully healed Heavy, taking so much damage, but they haven't killed enough. Ascent and losing players all over the shot. It's going to be Reason. Reason taking another point, 2-0 the score. Exactly, well, it says exactly about 5 minutes remaining. Third round coming up. Now Ascent all to do. Let's see this super aggressive tactic that Ascent used before. Let's see if they can get a point on the board, and let's see if they can make sure we don't have a third map. I'm pretty sure the crowd want a third.
The stalemates are over now. At this point, it is Ascent. They are going to be making aggressive plays because they have to. Well, there's nothing to lose. If they sit back, you're just going on to another map, whereas they could wrap it up now. So we'll have to see if Ascent or if Reason play too passively. As soldiers are jumping around now, Captain just sitting up on the crates, going for an aggressive jump onto Radonski. Does hit and connect with a scout and the demo man, but it's not going to be
trouble.
Well, in fact, it will be enough here. Reason only 2 players alive, Nox and Forsaken. Are they falling out here?
They are, but they're being chased. They're being chased. Rando does chase them, and Nox is still being chased. Very low HP, still being chased by that scout. Forsaken needs to help him out, and he does, only on 7 HP. As we see him getting with the bow just there. Went all the way back from full heals as the spawn wave comes in, perfectly timed as Nox gets there. But they have a fairly big advantage, Ascent, Arx, and Reason going full defense, Engineer coming out, and Forsaken running Sniper as well.
Yeah, that's it. This is the thing, they have nothing to lose at this point, so they can go in with confidence. That's how the map works sometimes. You can get long stalemates, but when it starts to get down and playing the clock, this is when teams really have to get things going.
Shrugger counter sniper, so there we go. I eat my words. Remember I said about Badlands Ascent sniping? No, I hadn't seen anything, and there we go. So has that been called? Let's go in.
Shrugger gets a pick here, which they've seen him now so close to hitting that soldier's head just there, but if he gets a pick now, the round's done pretty much. With this advantage, I can't see Ascent losing a push onto this last, even with a sentry gun and a sniper. I can't see it happening.
Well, Arx, they have about a minute, and
he saw the medic's head for a fraction of a second.
Soldier comes bombing in. Everyone, so, I think everyone felt what I was doing there. It's just so close to getting that shot onto him. But as I was saying, Ascent have about a minute and 30 seconds to decide what they're doing with this round, because they will not be able to get a second otherwise. All Reason would have to do was hold onto Yard and not even contest the mid-fight. We know what that may mean, it may lead to, but that's what I would do in the case. So Happy still running that Engineer. SG back up. Uber has been popped very early from the Ascent team, I must say, very early, and the Reason team's so late. Mailer coming around behind, trying to get behind Nox. He does get behind Nox, but Reason coming in to help out. Nox finally taken down. They've lost 2 players. Spawn Wave will help him out here. I don't think they will leave the 4th CP like Arx said, but Reason, well, as you'd expectedly, apologies, not wanting to push out, not wanting to risk it, especially the front spawn so close to that second TP.
Again though, could they be making the same mistake that Ascent originally did on Badlands, and that's playing too defensive? If the game was even right there, Reason would have pushed out and taken that 4th point back. But it's only because of their 2-0 lead is why they've opted to stay on last. So they are trying to play the clock, but that does mean that they've effectively given up ground they would have taken, or at least tried to take normally, for free.
Yeah, so if you hadn't noticed, big, huge Uber advantage for the Ascent team, so maybe now that's what Arx was referring to. Shrugger and Enigma both taken down so early. Huge. Uber's pop, Heavy made him use it, they've wasted it, only Mike gets taken down, and in fact, Reason have just held on. Reason haven't lost.
This is time for
Reason have only lost Mike. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, 2-0 the score. Ascent are going to have another go at this, Arx, because I don't think Reason will push.
Yeah, I was looking actually to see if Reason were going to push out, and then maybe a spy back cap or something would be on the cards, but Reason quite happy
to they come without the Uber Arx. They're going to try and come in. Apologies interrupted. Back right, Heavy on the pipe, lower pipe of course. Mike there in a battle. SG not taking any fire yet. Sniper there as well. Trying to get a pick. In fact, nothing has happened for Ascent there. Yeah, nothing has happened there. Yeah, and Heavy has actually run out of bullets. He's gone all the way back to get some ammo, and Nox quite happy to sit back left with that Uber. Forsaken there running Sniper as well. So, you know,
It's working out
It's
for
working.
reason.
It's working for them, and I don't blame them. 2 minutes left on the clock now.
I think Ascent just there, they needed both of
Here
their
they go
soldiers to
again.
try and focus that SG down from... look, there we go. This is what they needed to do last time, but before one of the soldiers went a different route and they couldn't focus down that SG. Uber has now been popped as Ascent trying to get in, but there's still that heavy and no pressure on him while he's got that Uber on there. Are Reason going to try and push out, or are they going to sit back with 1 minute 49? Actually, this is a time when they probably could sit back.
Well, they've done it now, so this is going to come down to a pure deathmatch fight. And Cadence is
down,
destroyed
that's
straight
big.
away. Big loss. Heavy still up there. It's going to mean so much time on point, but they don't even need to take care of the Heavy. So there we go. Ascent doing it again without the Uber. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 minute and 20 seconds left. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. We've seen this done in 45 seconds before. 45 seconds. So, are Reason going to contest it? Are Reason going to contest it, Arx?
They'll contest it, but they're going to be so unbelievably passive that Ascent should just...
Here they are. They're
just
coming
take
in.
it.
They're
But
coming in.
Let's see how this plays out, because this is more strategy than so much deathmatch. But Reason are in there, and they are getting some good time on the point, which is a start. Ascent now jumping over aggressively, and Reason, as I said, playing back in that corner is just going to be counterproductive for them. They're already 3 players down, lots of time on the point. They might have thrown it away, just again with it's mind games.
50 seconds left now, 50 seconds left. Shrugger in onto the stairs. Nox and his demo man of Cadence have fallen all the way back to last. 40 seconds left. Shrugger still chasing Cadence. And Nox, and now the spawn waves comes in, but Ascent are already onto last. Forsaken going to sniper. Is it too late? Is it too late?
Heavy's out though. Heavy could be their saving grace here. He is sitting there. There is going to be an Uber advantage in favor of Ascent, but they still need to break them down.
20 seconds
and they
left, Arx.
don't have long to do it. Scouts are on the point. They're getting the time on there.
point.
Great stickies from Cadence taking them down. If he can just keep this up, they'll win it. Still 18 seconds left. They've got the players. It's a 3v3. No one can get on Cadence, but surely he's going to run out of ammo. Time is still over on the point. Scout is jumping around, and Reason are looking like they're going to hold it, but still one Scout over on the point. Forsaken trying as much as he can to break him down. 1 second remaining, and Reason hold on for their life and take us to a third map.
I must say, Ascent, very well played to you, very well played. Reason hanging on there. I got a bit worried when we started talking about the sort of the hesitance play, and now we can see some of the highlights, and I'm sure we see the end clip as well. That Heavy coming onto that for that round to win that round, Arx. We haven't seen that in a while. In fact, I think it was the Americans that introduced that to us, and shoving it in their face, actually. Again, highlights, Mike coming for the bombing, and well, now we will be going to a final map, and it's going to be Snakewater, but what a match that was. And again, I must hand it to Reason. You've proved me wrong, so it's Arx 1, Beta 1. Let's see where this third and final map goes. I imagine we will be taking a short break. Maybe we can get the damage onto the stream, and then let's have a look. We had a pretty detailed, long match there. Be interested to see what the variety of damage was. Of course, both teams using Heavy, both teams using Sniper, but I think both teams use NG at one point, Arx. This is why I love Granary as well. You see every single class under the sun. Oh, Spy, we've got about Spy, fair enough. We didn't do anything, Enigma, but I must say. So we get the damage onto the stream. Is that coming up now? Yeah, it's coming up. But Arx, are you surprised by the result? I mean, I said Ascent, didn't I? I did say deathmatching.
I did say that
Reason really worried at the end. I got really worried.
I said that Reason might have that chance because of the scout factor being neutralized a bit on Granary, and I think that came into play. Third map, we'll get onto that a bit later, but that might be a different story as Snakewater's a bit in the middle. Yep. But I'd say I'm surprised that Reason managed to hold on.
Yep. So we got the damage now, my friend. Okay, so there we go. Thank you for sorting that by damage. Thank you, whoever was doing that as well on the stream. So it's Mike leading the way, 8,340.
Yep.
It's. Would you expect that, or would you expect Demoman to lead the way?
Look at the air shots though coming in from Mela there. 14 air shots and 12 for Captain.
Yeah. Keep on going through that. Kills. By kills, obviously Mike, Enigma, and actually Happy Cool. So the scouts getting some picks there as well. Of course, kill to death ratio. Thank you very much coming up on stream. So Nox obviously getting the assists, of course, leading the way. Let's go back to the damage view if we may, and then we can bring that up. Thank you very much. So Mike, Podolski, and Captain actually. And in fact, if we do what we did last time, Arx, let's follow what we did. So let's do Mike and Captain versus Rando and Mela.
Well, look,
There we go.
The soldier play has actually...
Yeah, so the soldier play has actually done more damage from Reason.
Which is what I expected on this particular map. But if we now compare, say, we can have a look at the scouts.
Yep.
So if we compare the scouts and see where in terms of the damage graphs they are.
Yeah, so we'll be on the damage of the scouts. So we've got Enigma and Shrugger versus
Not as much of a factor. You see, they're sort of focusing around all dealing the same damage, whereas on the previous map, the scouts' damage was way up there. And I think that comes a lot, well, just down to the map.
Yeah.
Granary favours soldiers far more than it does for scouts.
Yeah, so now we're just looking at some of the medic stats. So Nox versus Fragile. Medics, of course, always pivotal. Let's just have a look at those healing stats. Very, very close. And in fact, Nox doing a lot more healing, a little bit more healing, a little bit higher stats there. It depends on how closely you watch it. But again, look at that average Uber length, so just under 7 seconds for both teams. But of course, it's biggest advantage lost. And that's a key stat I always find, because 66 seconds Ascent had. 66-second advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was any other map, maybe that's the pressure coming through. Any other competition, we would probably see Ascent taking care of that. And that's probably what you wouldn't expect from, one of the best teams in the world. Arguably one of the best teams in the world, really.
That entire map,
Pressure.
thinking about it, that entire map came down to the fact that Reason were able to get that first cap because they could change their entire play style. While it was 0-0, they were actually under pressure because they're the ones who had to win the map to stay in the competition. Well, I mean, it could have gone golden cap and so on. But they were the ones under pressure. As soon as they got that one cap, it allowed them to dictate the pace of the game. They didn't have to send players in. They were waiting for Ascent to send players in, fail with the attempts like the bombs and the scout runs and things like that, and then push in. Now, Reason weren't able to do that all of the time because sometimes they'd have a lot of damage on their players, and they looked at it and said, well, we may be a player up, but in terms of our health, we're down on them. So they couldn't make that push, but it meant that they never had to be the ones who initiated it. And that, in turn, just allowed them to dictate the whole pace of the map. And I mean, they were lucky and skillful, sort of a mix of both to hang on in the end with the turning strategy, but it worked. Yep. And it is a viable strategy, and yeah, it paid off.
No, I fully agree with you. I can't really add much more to that. I mean, so just as a summary then, if you have just joined us, you have missed 2 of the best of 3 maps between Ascent and Reason. It's 1 apiece, 1-1. We will be going through to Decider. You are here with Team Fortress TV's Arx Beta. David DeWin on the camera. Dash doing the production with Airon as well, helping out today, guys. What we'll do, we'll take a quick break before we come back with Snakewater for will be the final of the best of 3, and where the loser will be going home, but the winner will be guaranteed 3rd place and going through to that consolation final tomorrow morning.
Against
Let's see who it will be. Will it be an all-American affair, or will it be Europe versus America one more time? We'll take a quick break and come back to you very shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You have rejoined Team Fortress TV with Arx Beta, bringing you multiplayer's i55 lower round 5 between none other than Ascent versus Reason Gaming. If you have just joined us, you've missed 2 fantastic matches, so 2 fantastic maps. We're on to a 3rd and final decider on CP Snakewater. 1 apiece, Arx. All or nothing. Glory or go home. Will we be seeing an all-American affair in the lower consolation final, the 3rd place playoff, or will Europe have some sort of presence going forward into the later stages of this tournament and tomorrow morning and potentially the grand final?
It's difficult. Honestly, this particular map it's almost like a combination of the 2 previous ones, and since we've had 1 apiece in that, it could be very, very close.
So, you have to, just as a reminder, so Badlands going in favour of Ascent, Granary going in favour of Reason. 1 apiece, Snakewater the decider. That was, of course, from map elimination, and well, a mix, as Arx is alluding to, a mix of both maps. Deathmatch heavy, Granary, of course. A wide area, open spaces of Badlands. This map has a little of both, especially the 2nd CP, and of course, maybe not so the mid-fight, but that 2nd CP a little bit more open. And finally, of course, that last point also a little bit more choke intensive, I would call it, but an extra entrance on top of what we see in Granary. And they're nearly ready to go, Arx. And are we ready? Is the crowd ready? I think everyone's ready here. Who's your money on then?
I think It's really close. I'm going to just go with Ascent. And the reason... Here's the thing, okay, so previously I said that scouts on Granary didn't have so much of an effect on the actual the game. They're a bit nullified. However, that's back in business for this map. And scouts are very much present and they're very much there. However, there's another factor to take into account on this map, and that's sniping, which is why I think it could be quite even.
Well, we're going to see it. So here we go. This is teamfortress.tv. Arx Beta bringing i55 lower round 5. David the win on the camera. Dashner and Airon doing the production for you. First mid, CP Snakewater, Reason versus Ascent. Arx, run us through this third mid and final map.
Okay, so Soldiers, it looks like Reason have got the advantage here originally, but they are sacrificing that, allowing Ascent to get up on the point. Captain does get taken down. Mela as well, also getting taken down. So that's one apiece at the moment. It looks like Ascent's health isn't looking particularly favorable for them. And because that's allowed Reason to push forward. Shrug goes down, Badonsky goes down as well. Enigma falling. Brando in the Fragile left. Fragile drops, and Brando is there. Well, we'll have to see how long he can survive for. He's trying to get in behind, but he does not.
Wipe. Mela getting that spawn, but of course, still a technical wipe on that first mid-fight. And now we're going to see Reason, huge advantage, taking that fourth CP so quickly. They're not hanging around, Arx. They're already in lower. They do not want them set up that defense. And SG gun going up back right as well. They do not want them set it up. Pyro there to protect them. They're already in, Arx. They're already in. Uber has been bombed. Great play by Reason. This is exactly what we wanted to see. No one getting time on point. Everyone's been pinned back into the spawn, but no one's done anything. Still no time on point. Demoman, but Badonsky fairly uncontested, and Reason have lost 3 players, Arx. And they've fallen out. What on earth happened there for Reason?
Ascent of Hell, they invested loads in taking the SG down and then just did nothing. There were no additional kills. There was no additional time on point. And Nox just gets taken down as well.
They pretty much wiped.
From Mela. Yeah, it's an absolute catastrophe for Reason right now. And Ascent are going to carry this momentum straight into the midpoint. Only Enigma needs to respawn. There's a soldier and a scout for Reason trying to hold on. Badonsky does go down, and that might be a little saving grace for them here. But, well... yeah, I think they've done enough, actually.
Yeah, Mike went down watching Forsaken at the moment, who's switched up to Sniper, knowing that now they have a huge disadvantage, going for that pick, choosing the pick class, and he's just watching that midpoint. This is the shot, and Scout would have been called. In fact, he's in the spawn area. Probably going to switch it up. He will be stuck in there, and he does. So, Ascent, going to take that third point. We're just looking at where Mela's coming around, just to that Sawmill Rim, and Reason Arx. After that disastrous push onto final, they would have loved to take such an early lead. They now find him on the back foot, Forsaken switching back to Sniper. A little fight going on at that choke point there. An Uber has been popped by the Ascent and Fragile team. Fragile coming through, Rando taken care of. And again, as we saw, Reason not making the most of that Uber Arx. They will take that fourth CP, but they're going to have to fall all the way out here, because surely Reason will re-push, surely.
It is difficult, because even with that Uber, pushing it out of here is quite a difficult push. They should be going for it, because otherwise they've given ground up for free. And their Uber advantage every second is getting smaller and smaller. They have actually popped it now, so are they going to get some time on this point this time and retake it before Ascent get healed up and come back in? We'll have to see if they're able to do that. The Enigma is down, so there's a player disadvantage for Ascent. So Reason do manage to take it back, but again, the Uber advantage now swings in favor of Ascent.
Yeah, we're going to watch Shrugger get taken care of in that lobby area. It's a 3-on-1. Of course, not much you can do there. So Reason retaking that second CP. Ascent quite happy to fall back and obviously just hold on to third. Uber percentage is about the same. Very fast start to this map. It's very fast start. Completely different to what we saw on Granary, but it is a completely different map. And Snakewater, again, another one of those maps where you get ridiculously fast rounds. I mean, I can't even tell you what the record is in this, but it must be about, again, another 40-second job.
Yeah, you can carry momentum forward from third to second to last in fractions. So, right, Rando getting taken down by Cadus. Sneaky trap there. Does manage to take him down. So that is, again, a player disadvantage, but the Uber percentages are even. We'll have to see if Reason are going to push on this. They have got the health. They are overhealed, but they're leaving it so long each time when they make a decision to possibly push or not, that actually the player's respawning and getting back into position. For example, if they're going out...
One soldier comes bombing in, Arx, apologies. It was Mike, did nothing with it though. Came round the outside through kitchen area, I believe, and did nothing with it. And in fact, that's one of the damage dealers down, but we're not seeing Ascent push. Apologies.
But Uber is gone. The
Yep.
Fragile doesn't have his Uber, so Reason, it's their ball to push here. They're taking the game slow and they're taking it at their own pace, but really this is a time when they should be making some sort of an effort to push out. And Soldier is now slowly trying to creep out, but the amount of spam that's coming in, it's just buying more and more time for Ascent to get that Uber advantage back. And I mean, they're not going to get it for this push, but, well, we'll see. Oh, no! Drops! He drops!
Wow, from Fragile's bow as well. Oh my gosh. Completely unexpected. I don't know what on earth. In fact, can we listen to the team comms from Reason for that? Can I just see what they're saying right now?
I took.
I should get him.
The fight's still going on, and
Medic. My bad, dude. My bad.
yeah, in fact, apologies, my fault there. But the fight was still going on, and Reason actually technically sort of wiped there in that third CP. But that's huge. That will definitely be one for the highlights. I hope we can get. And Reason spawn wave coming in, but Ascent already onto that train at 4 CP. Let's see what Reason are doing on the defense on last Arx. Sticky's on the point, of course. Heavy of Captain coming out as well, so dropping a soldier for the heavy. Of course, yeah, Forsaken running sniper Arx. That is what you would expect as well. Going for the pick, and here comes Ascent through the lower corner. Hasn't been called, misses the shot on the medic, missed it. Just missed it. We're playing the textures there on the hitboxes, but I don't know how on earth that happened there. But Ascent all coming over it. They've lost a couple of players. No time on point just yet. Fight still going on here, and it looks like Reason are going to hold only Enigma and Mailer left, and Mailer's actually weak. Will he get escape? Will Mailer actually get out here? He's going to come back out and try and bait them. On to Nox, and does Nox get away? Captain comes round and helps him out.
It is another example of players nobody taking the responsibility of getting capture time on the point. If a player jumps onto the final capture point, then he automatically brings players to a very predictable location, which is very easy for them to spam. And nobody took it upon themselves to do that, so it was just a free-for-all death match when really they should have been utilizing the capture point advantage. The fact that, well, Reason had to go and step on the point.
Yeah, it's the same what we saw very similar earlier as well, Arx. As you see now, Captain getting that free kill streak. Ascent actually just again falling back, welcoming Reason back into that saw room or mill room, depends on what you called it, and happy to set up for the defense. Let's see if there's anything in particular going on here, any odd classes. Just watching Mike as he now comes into the fight as well, expecting him to come bombing in. There is a back cap going on. It looks like it was one of the scouts who's now drawn Mike back. One of the scouts as well, and in fact, Ascent may be able to capitalize on this, Arx, and looks like they have. They've actually pushed through Saw Room already, coming onto the 4th CP, but are they going to fully commit?
Yeah, apologies quickly, just for the lag on the stream. We are working to get that fixed as quick as possible, but in the meantime, the game is still underway. 22 minutes remaining as Reason Gaming have managed to push out to their second point, and will be trying, well, at least to hold on to this for now.
Yep, so a little bit slowing down that game at the moment, so just coming up to 20 minutes remaining, so 9 minutes already in this round. 0-0 the score on this third and final map. Just a reminder, one apiece. The winner will be going through to the consolation final, the loser going home with nothing but a small paycheck, still a substantial amount of money. Probably buy everyone's well, tickets for the next event. But so as you see now, Ascent just waiting for that pick. Anything out of the ordinary being run by either side, no, and no one wanted to fully commit Arx again, and this is what we were talking about. Similar in a way to Granary at certain points, but still has that opportunity to flank, and here we go. So Rando comes bombing in. Captain takes care of him, and in the end, Craters
anyway, on the little drop down from the train tracks to the lower. Funny stuff.
And no Uber was forced Arx. So earlier we saw Mike do it against the Fragile, and now it's actually who's this coming through kitchen? It's is that Mike I saw? Just trying to find him. I believe it was. He has been called though. Not again. They said not again, and Reason quite happy to hold it.
Reason's players might drop. Mike surviving on 3 health there, just suddenly gets a big boost from the arrow coming in, but Ascent maybe looking to push off of that. One player down. Fragile takes loads of damage. He had only 11 HP there as he pops his Uber, gets into the point. He's going to have to back off very, very quickly after this fight. He's down. Well, health has regenerated up to the nearly 40s here, but nobody's putting any pressure on him. Demoman's trying to fire the loose cannon up onto him. And in fact, he does go down. And Reason holding on. Are they going to be able to make a push to mid?
Yeah, I'm watching where Shrugger is at the moment, coming in behind through the cheese onto Happy Cool. He has been now called as well, so he'll just fall back out, rejoin his Ascent team. Actually currently 4-on-3. Uber advantage in favour of the Reason team. A hefty Uber advantage as well, so 40%. So Fragile, of course, did have to use early, but I believe it went down Arx in the end. So it's waiting for that spawn. But Reason probably just going to wait until it's fully charged Arx and come on through. Will they make the most of it again, though? That we've seen a little bit of hesitation recently, especially on Granary, neither team wanting to commit. And we have gone past that 20-minute bracket now, and so all to play for, and neither team wanted to do it. And here we go, right, so Reason are now looking to come through Mill and Kitchen.
Yeah, let's see if they can pull this one off a bit better. Medic's being very, very cautious, as he should be, but this is not a team that usually runs a sniper, so sometimes you could get through those, and Enigma goes down. That's an early kill, and they still haven't been forced to pop their Uber at all. Ascent really should be putting some sort of pressure on them, but they're just getting this ground for free. Enigma being the only casualty there in favor of Reason, but they have an Uber, and the only thing which Ascent have bought is time for their own Uber to get up.
Yeah, it could be a fair trade.
Yeah, I guess it's
maybe you would have expected a soldier to come bombing in, but nevertheless, everyone survived, come back and fight another day, almost the same as recycling to make sure no one goes down. But Reason have, here they come, they have popped. Both teams have popped, in fact, it's going to be, in fact, the Ascent team that has a slight advantage. If anyone can escape, Rando goes down, Forsaken down in the background as well. Not enough real kills, neither team wanted to fully commit. Still, again, the Reason team, look at Captain, where Captain is. Has actually got behind. I'm not sure if he's been called, coming up behind the point. Now time on point turns some heads, but Reason have lost 4 players in quick succession, including both their soldiers and only Nox and Forsaken left, and they're building very, very fast. Now Ascent gonna take that third CP. And in fact, Reason have come all the way out, Arx, of course.
Scout factor coming into it again. Enigma and Shrugger, they're just absolutely dominating in those open deathmatch spaces. And this is why the map's kind of a hybrid between Badlands and Granary in the sense that we're getting the slow, stalematey plays, but when you actually get into the fights, it becomes much more of a deathmatch environment, as we can see here as Mela does manage to take down Mike over onto the point and
overextended.
Yeah,
overextended
a little bit. It's 1-for-1, and to be honest, you probably want that if you're the attacking team rather than the defending team, because less numbers, less people to block.
Arx, Ascent, look at Ascent. They're coming through already. Wow, being brave here. Forsaken running sniper as well, so keep an eye on that. Lower has been called, and they're coming straight up. Forsaken does take care of the jumping Rando. That would do the job. Both Ubers have been popped. Of course, Reason with a huge advantage. Who is going to escape from the Ascent team? It looks like only the cost of Enigma and Rando, so fair trade, but great, looking like Reason fancy Arx. They're coming through the lobber area, coming back towards the train, and do you reckon they fancy retaking it? Surely they can't go up against that spam and choke, and here they come.
They should be doing it now, though, because they've gained that advantage. 2 players down. Is anybody going in for any sort of a back cap? It doesn't look like it. Reason pushing out to try and get their second point here. There is one soldier just waiting up behind them now, up on a balcony area. That's Rando. And I don't know if anyone's seen him. A soldier is jumping up, so he must have been called, but can Rando still take him out anyway? The answer to that is no, as Happy Cool does give him a scattergun shot to the face.
Yeah, so coming up now to that 15-minute warning bracket. 15 minutes left, still 0-0 the score. Snakewater, very, very close matchups so far. The winner will be going through to the consolation final tomorrow morning, and the loser will be going home. So, both teams aware this. As we hear, the Uber of the Fragile now ready as well. Again, a little bit of a stalemate, Arx. Again, not much either team can do without fully committing. This is where might see the potential bomb, they might see the potential sniper play, spy play as you do, but again, just this first point will be so important today. It's going to be huge. This first round is going to be huge because look at it now. We're already hesitant, and we're looking like another close finish, which is exciting for us, but probably not what either team wants.
With 16 minutes remaining, so they've nearly hit the halfway mark. Still 0-0. Still, no team wants to fully commit, because I guess if you try and push out from your second point, if it goes wrong, you're probably going to lose the round. And at this stage, there's no real need for them to do that. But it's really hard for the attacking team to actually break through. I'm surprised we haven't seen more suicide bomb attempts or sniper play, but I think that's mostly because Ascent's been the aggressive team throughout it at the moment. As now just having a look, Mike just peeking through the doorways now, seeing if he can get any just damage out. I mean, at this point, they'll push off of damage if they get it, and that's quite a bit over onto Demoman. Mike, however, taking a lot. That's a player down. I'm wondering if Ascent are going to react to that, and it looks like they are. They're pushing out. Scout play coming in. Shrugger takes down Captain there. 2 players down for Reason. They do reply with Rando going down. Are they going to be able to get through the choke? Uber's been popped for Reason.
Round behind. Hold that full Arx. Forsaken's gone round behind. He's going to draw some players back. He's actually in onto Podolski, and it's turned Ascent round. So great play by Forsaken there. He actually came up a one-on-one versus Enigma in the kitchen area, and well, Forsaken won and then drawed some players back.
I'm surprised the center going through on this. Demoman has just reloaded. He's going to be firing loose cannon shots all the way down into a narrow choke point, and yeah, they have been forced to back off there. But Ascent at least taking some initiative to try and push off of that kill, and well, Reason holding strong.
Yeah, definitely, and it's what you'd expect them to do, and we expect this game to speed up very, very quickly. Definitely gone past that halfway point now. There's no going back. 15 minutes left.
It's going to come down to who wants it more.
Forsaken running Sniper Arx. Is he going to go for that window pick? Just have a look. We can see him now just trying to
He won't have been called yet. He won't have been called. I don't think
we need some baiting from some of the soldiers. Maybe potentially Cadus.
Oh, Scout.
Oh, choosing to go for the Scout. Surprising.
It's the only thing he had available for him, really.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. He didn't hit the soldier there, I don't think. Don't think he did, or maybe very, very weak shot. Of course, can't shoot through the grate if you're not familiar with this map.
The thing is that the sniper threat in general, it forces... it will force Ascent into a different position. They have to rotate, and so far, Reason's pushes haven't really worked when they're in standard position. So at least they have to set up differently if you're against that sniper, and that it's a sensible thing for them to try because they need to find that opening. The problem is now they've surrendered that initial ground, so if Ascent try and push, you might have a sniper in a non-favorable position on the midpoint, and that could be bad for Reason.
Yeah. So we see it slow down again. Everyone knows, of course, Forsaken still running sniper. I'd be very surprised if someone peeks here. You see Forsaken now still trying to come through that saw area. Oh, just misses out on a shot on Podolski. Podolski still peeking. Takes a huge hit. Could that prompt the push to come up to window now as well? And it has prompted the push. Mike's going to Captain comes jumping in. Gets absolutely rocked up by, I think, every member of the Ascent team. But again, like you said, does the damage, opens the gap.
Making a move though.
And Main is caught. And Uber's been popped. Fragile has popped his Uber. Disastrous for Ascent here. This is Reason's chance. Reason have got to come through here now, Arx, and here they come. If
there's a time to push, it's now. They have everything in their favor. Players down, but Mike does get dropped by Enigma with help there of Rando, but they have pushed players in. Soldier is sneaking up behind, ready to jump onto the point. Demo has clocked him. I'm not sure if that pipe connected or not, but he's juggled the medic up in the air. Is he going to get another air shot? Does he not manage to take him down? But it doesn't matter as the roller is coming in, and Shrugger there getting the final kill on Nox. Ascent absolutely crushing Reason while they were all grouped up, and they're the ones who are going to be pushing towards this mid.
Wow, who would have thought Reason, that would happen to Reason? Remember, these are supposed to be champions elect here, and well, Reason had an Uber advantage. They came through, it was forced early. Ascent fell back, welcomed them onto the point. As it came out, the Ascent team all moved forward as a solid unit, and now total turn of the tides. It's actually Ascent attacking the 4th CP, and they're going to take. They should be able to take this. A few players caught in that cheese area. I'm not sure if Shrugger coming out on top of Mike. Is he going to take care of the Scout as well? I'm pretty sure he will. And happy cool. And this is 6 on 4. 6 on 4, and Ascent looking like they want to do it. And they haven't captured at 4 CP Arx. Apologies, I thought they'd got it, and I thought they were ready queuing up for it.
They've got the Scout on there. They had 2 Scouts for a brief second, and they're already in last. They're pressuring them back. Time on the point. Stickies have already been taken. A sniper comes out with 1 shot. Medic's sitting on the point. There is a lot of spam, though. Soldier's going to be their only hope. He does go down. Scout there. Medic's the only one left on the point. 1 Ubersaw hit. He's going to need a few more than that if he wants to survive. Scout come to join him. Gets involved. Soldier's down. Scout and Medic first. Scout is Cool going to be able to pull this off. I'm not sure. Soldier's also jumping in.
Soldier
trying to hold the defense. Somehow Reason hold on to their last point. Unbelievable defense.
I have no idea how the Fragile stayed alive for so long as well. Oh my gosh. And well, in fact, that's probably came out in favour of Reason. I don't know who really got the advantage there. Almost nothing's going to happen from it, but we're almost reset. They will have another push at it, but wow, what a great hold by Reason. I was about to say looking like it's going to be 1-0 to Ascent with 10 minutes left, Arx.
It certainly did, but they're not out of danger yet.
No, they're not.
They are still held back on their last, and that's certainly not a place you want to be. Have a look. Forsaken is running that sniper. They aren't opting for a heavy on this map, not taking the granary approach. Oh, there we go. Spoke too soon. Captain's coming out as heavy. Realizing the effectiveness that they had last time, they're basically saying to Ascent, come on, come at us.
Well, technically it's their push. I know we speak about this before in the past. It is their push to come and get it. Just having a look at the defense of Reason, a little bit more confident. Oh, Happy Cool has gone to Spy. Don't be commentators curse and switch back, as it does.
Of course he was going to.
Forsaken still running Sniper. As Happy Cool goes back to Spy, I'm just not going to bother calling it until he comes actually out of spawn as he goes back to Scout, for goodness sake. They're definitely welcoming that push Arx. They're not going to go anywhere, are they, Reason?
No.
Would you do that in the same position?
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason for no pun intended, of course, for them to actually make a push out. They're the ones to hold. Rando does go down. Now, are they've not really got the classes to push off this. You can't really get a heavy and a sniper to push out into the team, offer that damage, and this is the downside of that setup. You can. It's great for the defense,
Mike,
but it's
Mike
bad
coming
for the
through the pit
counter.
area, hasn't been called. Mike's going to try and make something happen through onto the fragile. Who goes flying up in the air? Just misses it, but he does force it. Mike has forced it. Well played to Mike, well played Reason. Great opportunity now, but let's just make sure they didn't do what they did when they did third to second.
Again, though, here's the classes. Because they're running the heavy would have needed to, off of that pick, not the pick, the Uber Force, what they would have needed to do is they'd need different classes. You can't really push out with a sniper and heavy. Now, the sniper's changed to a scout, but with that heavy, it's so slow to push back, and you'll need the mobility in case of a back cap comes in or something. So Reason are pretty much committed to just sitting on their last. If they aren't going to counter push when an Uber's forced, they're not going to counter push unless there's a wipe. So Reason are just trying to stall this out. However, Mike's still trying to make stuff happen. He does manage to take out the demo man, and they still have that Uber advantage. They are pushing out. I saw a scout go in behind, and there is one scout, but he's got to fight against the heavy. That's a difficult battle for him. And yeah, in fact, he's gone back now. So we'll just have to see if they're going to push out. It's 2 players down for Ascent.
They can't push any further. That heavy's still there.
Well, I mean, yeah, Reason pushing out to try and take their second. But again, now the counter Uber comes in because it's taken so long. Scout's going to get picked off. There, Rando taking down Hafical.
Counter Uber coming in, yeah.
I mean, Ascent are going to have an Uber advantage, but that's how it was a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, right, in fact, it's that Reason because they popped first. Close, but it's actually Reason's turn again. But like you said, Arx, they left it so late there, maybe trying to fool Ascent into thinking that they weren't going to push. Now, difference in percentages about 20%, or 30%. But do Reason know the gap is that big? And again, let's have a look what they're running again. So they've got 2 scouts this time, a heavy, captain, soldier, of course, of Mike still running soldier. But do you think they're going to do anything as the opportunity quickly fades away, Arx?
Okay,
they equalise.
Here's a question: as something's about to happen, do you want to listen to either the Ascent or Reason comms?
Yeah, we can
just
do.
To see.
Yeah,
let's go with Ascent. They're the ones attacking. If we can get the Ascent comms on.
Let's go Ascent comms, please, and see what they're talking about.
If we want to go for Sackers, you go now.
Yeah, heavy. You can go now.
I'll meet above first.
Yep, you're
I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna jump forward.
They have a sniper,
I'm in left.
Get out,
I'm in left.
get out.
I'm in left. It's fucking like shit spawn. It's the beta mount.
What the fuck? They Soldier's out. That was weird. You tried bomb. I don't want to peek too far out.
No, you can just stay there.
Yeah, Shrug to go sniper.
Okay, so let's switch back with us. Ascent fairly calm there, knowing that they've given their all. And again, it looks like Mike, who's coming out aggressive, taking so much damage. He has to fall back there, or otherwise he will go down. And he does fall back to that lobby area. Counter sniper now from Shrugger coming through, by the way, Arx. Counter sniper. It's going to be interesting to see if he can make anything happen here. And Forsaken now this time going a little bit more aggressive into the lobby area. Has been called immediately. Tries the shot into the scout, misses out, but Shrugger's here to counter snipe. Oh, Enigma does get baited in. Surprised by that. I thought that would be quite obvious, but Reason looking like they don't fancy sitting on their last for the whole rest of the map, Arx. 6 minutes left. There
is a danger for Reason here, and that's if they leave it too late, then there becomes only a chance for Ascent to win and not a chance for Reason to win. And if they leave it to that point, it means Ascent get one all or nothing push where they can't actually lose from it.
Yeah,
and
well, that's what I'm thinking they're doing. In fact, hold that for Ascent now into the lobby area, right-hand side, looking like they're fancy, and they are in. Headshots coming out, Forsaken, can't see who that was on, but that heavy still doing so much damage. Podolski's taken down. Uber comes in from Ascent, Uber comes in from Reason, and it's It was going to be slightly held later.
Medic's
from
in
Nox.
trouble.
Fragile gets taken down, is in big trouble. And Ascent actually losing players here. 4 players down for Ascent. Will Reason push out? Surely they are going to. They leave 1 player on last. And Shrugger still running Sniper.
Oh, Enigma was up behind. Doesn't manage to take down Havical and Cadus as well. Is that going to be able to save him? They have a Demo Man and a Sniper. Not the best of deathmatching classes here, but it's enough to force Reason to say, hey, we don't really want any of that, and go back to their last again.
Interesting play by Reason. 5 minutes left now. 5 minutes left. They are really running thin now. I mean, if Ascent, hold that thought. Ascent looking like they want to come through lobby again, not waiting for that Uber, trying to make a gap for the Sniper of Shrugger to come through. See if you get eyes on target and anyone, of course, still a counter Sniper, still being run by Forsaken, or depends on which way you see it. Shrugger did switch last. Interesting comment to add. Reason no longer running that heavy and have gone to Sentry Gun, Engineer and Sentry Gun. Back right.
I'm not sure I agree with that, because the heavy was working for them. No point have they been in trouble with while they were running that heavy. And a Sentry Gun, having an Engineer is not going to help you with a push out compared to a heavy anyway. So it's either you run a class which is going to be ready for a counter push, or you run a heavy for the better defense.
Yeah, see Mike fighting against Rando down the bottom, and well, pushes Shrugger back as well. I keep saying it, 4 minutes left now, 4 minutes left. This is the final map of best of 3. 1 apiece of Reason Ascent. Loser will be going home. The winner going through to the Constellation or lower final, 3rd place playoff, and then the winner of that, of course, going through our grand finals, both of which are tomorrow. And it's all up to either of these teams.
Shrugger missed the no-scope.
Yeah, Forsaken actually being saved by his full heal there. Headshot by Shrugger onto him. Are Reason going to do anything? Are Reason going to get out of this, Arx?
It's with this much time left, they almost don't want to, because if they mess up a push, they lose effectively the game and maybe get knocked out the tournament.
Scout needs to be taken care of. Enigma finally getting taken care of by the joint. A bit of panic play there by Cadus. They don't want to lose anyone in that lobby area. Just seeing what Ascent. Both Ubers ready to go. Here we go. Right. 2 players down for Reason. Here come Ascent. Here come Ascent, Arx.
And Enigma's a scout, so he'll get in a lot faster.
3 minutes left. 3 minutes left.
Sniper's trying to get some sort of shots, but Scout is inching his way towards it. Oh, massive headshot over onto Podolski. That's surely going to delay the push, but no, the Uber comes in with just 2 soldiers and the medic. Scouts can't really do much until the sentry goes down. Engineer was still defending that. He's abandoned it now, but soldiers haven't really got any rocket shots left. And so Reason are going to be able to hold on to this. Engineer has in fact changed class now, so it looks like Reason might be trying to make a push out, and if this works for them, this is some sort of tactical genius if they can manage to get out and actually make a push from it. But no, it looks like Ascent have again maintained that position, and well, this time Reason don't have any of their solid defense set up.
Interesting push from Ascent there.
Two down again. Are Reason going to make a push?
Are they?
They're probably not.
Bit slow, bit slow. Mike's coming through that pit area, a bit slow there. Needs to get up top very quickly. Gets through the spam spot as quickly as he can. One of the soldiers goes down to meet and greet in the pit. Mailer comes through Cheese and takes care of Captain. So actually, in fact, Reason may be tempted to come back here. They need to stop that back cap. Both scouts of Reason go back to make sure no one's getting behind.
1 soldier versus 4 on the point.
It's still a little bit of a deathmatch going on. Mike gets taken down. Reason are not winning this battle, and they've fallen back to last. Arx, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left.
Again, though, Ascent, it's not all. They can't just suicide in and try and go for it, because
Uber's in. Uber's in from Ascent.
Point. Someone needs to stop him.
Someone needs to come in and block. Reason coming with that Uber and block, but Shrugger's still alive. Someone needs to get on that point and take care of Shrugger. Who's going to come out on top? It's
the round
going to be
time
Shrugger.
is ending.
Surely Reason, Cadus and Nox can take care of it. Yes, they do.
The round time hit 0.
We have another replica of what happened on Granary. That was needed. It's needed. And whoa.
The round time actually hit it's the 10 minutes because no capture points were changed. So now they go to a mid-fight at 0-0 with 1 minute 21 seconds remaining. This is this is basically a golden cap.
All or nothing. 1 minute. Arx take us through a cheeky speed round.
So, right, this does work out for Reason Gaming. Now they are going to be pushing into the middle. They're going to be pushing into the middle now. Demoman firing a load of stickies over as the soldier is going to be jumping around to put a rocket out over onto the Demoman. Can they get any aggression? Both teams playing very, very passively. Here is the soldiers for Ascent are jumping up onto the point. Demo does get a little bit of time on the point. Soldiers are jumping down. A lot of aggression for Reason. Now players are going down. Still 50 seconds remaining, but Rando does manage to take down Mike just about in time, and they are holding on to this mid-fight.
And we see almost Ascent. I was watching Enigma come around the back onto the scout there through Storeroom. Has it been called? Yes, it has. And it looks like Reason are taking that third point. 30 seconds left remaining. Enigma is taken care of. And Ascent actually looking like they don't want to hold on to that third or second, going all the way back to last, setting up for that turtle defense arc as we start to slow down because nothing's happening again.
But we will see now. Arie's going to be pushing through to the fourth point. It doesn't go there. They've got 2 scouts on there. Nothing else is happening. Still 20 seconds remaining. They have their Uber charge. This could very well be Reason Gaming heading into the lower final, the consolation final. As they jump in now, the Demoman is jumping into the air. Uber's coming there. Scout on the point. Ascent going to be able to hold this. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to. Lots of spam going. They have all their spam plus
5
remaining.
seconds! 5 taking it! Oh my, what's left of the timer?
Second. There's no time left.
There's 1 second. Oh my
No
God.
time
Reason
left.
have taken it.
Incredible stuff. The patience paid off. Reason Gaming managing to buy their ticket into the consolation or lower final. And wow. What a finale to an otherwise
finale, we've been saying
horrible map.
25 minutes of nothing, 5 minutes of 0 to everything. As we watch some of these highlights, we're watching that was actually a Reason having another attempt earlier
There
on.
are no, I don't care for any of the
Look at
highlights.
that, and there we go, right at the
medic.
end, we see Reason celebrating
The
wildly.
one highlight is that last moment. They had a 1 minute 20 seconds. It was a battle to the death. And Reason Gaming came out on top, and they are the team who advances. Consolation to Ascent, they played really well over the 3 maps, but it all came down to that.
So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Reason going through to the consolation final tomorrow morning. 2-1 the score, winning over on, of course, winning over Ascent, and it's going to be another European versus American affair and that consolation final. But who will make it through to that final versus Nerd Rage? And that will be the ultimate question. Will it be all European affair, or do Froyotech have something else to say about it still? Yeah. So, right, before we go anywhere, of course, we want to interview some players. We're going to find some players for you to interview. Let's get some damage up on the screen, and let's have a look, because that would be a crazy, crazy damage stat set, purely because of how long that first round was.
Well, that was the first round. There was 1 round. There never was a second round.
True. Did the round restart, though, when they ran out of capture point time?
It was a... Well, okay, fine, you got me. But still, let's just say it's a 29 minute and 59 second round.
There we have it, Arx. There we have it
point.
on screen then. So, Mike, 8572 damage. Cadus slightly behind. And in fact, if you have a look at that, you would say the Ascent team were coming out on top slightly, more in the top 5 or top 6.
Well, they were. This was very much a football analogy here, but a Chelsea versus Real Madrid. It was very much defensive, sit back and yeah, it was absolute crazy stuff.
Yeah, so what else have we got? So damage, obviously kills, Mike leading the way there as well. Reason, oh, look at that though, Arx. Top 3 dominated by the Reason players. And if you were to look at that from the outside, you'll think, well, you know, actually...
But then the defending team's always going to get more damage.
True,
if you're spending... okay, in a stalemate scenario, not obviously the winning team normally gets the most damage, but in a stalemate scenario, defenders will get more damage. They had those classes, but it's who got the damage that's
and let's
the
have
spread.
A look. Let's do it again. Let's do the spread of damage. David, if it's you doing the stats or blue, we can't see who it is. It's David. Thank you, David, the win. Let's do matchups. Let's do matchups.
Okay, so let's look at the soldiers.
Soldiers first, please. So let's do Mike and Captain versus, where is he? Rando and Mailer. Okay, so Rando.
It's a mixture, isn't it?
It's mixture. Wow, look at that. So look at that. So Mike leading the way by quite a bit.
But clearly
of course may get more heals percentage than, of course, Roma, more aggressive, very aggressive Roma of Mike coming through. But Rando and Captain, complete opposite. And again, like you said, defensive play, pocket still doing that. And, you know, what you would expect, potentially. Right, so let's switch it up then.
It's the Romas were both at top and the pockets, because they had to sit and just do not much. They, it done it. But
let's switch it up then, David. Should we do, let's do opposite. Let's do Demomen first, please. So that's Cadus versus Badonsky.
There you go.
So close.
Almost equal.
So close. More kills in Cadus, but kills really necessarily don't mean much in Tier 2, because, of course, the amount of damage done by the rest of the team. Let's, it does suggest that Cadus had a slightly better round, though.
Yeah, but again, defender's advantage for a demo man. Let's be honest. If you're spamming the one spamming the chokes, or you have to get in, you'd expect slightly higher damage from that sense.
I still haven't seen that highlight, by the way, of the Fragile getting the kill on Nox with that arrow.
I think that was there, but there weren't very many highlights to it. It ran through very quickly.
Okay, so finally but not least, let's Before we go to the medic, let's do the scouts, please. So Happy Cool, Forsaken, Enigma, and Shrugger. Can we get that up? And again, as you would expect, passive play, not a lot of damage. Shrugger up top there.
Yeah, but that's actually
more aggressive, probably.
That's a significant amount of damage that the scouts have ahead. I mean, if you actually where they're positioned is, it looks fairly normal, but the actual scouts, we've got Forsaken dealing 3,800 damage, but Shrugger 5,800. You're talking 2,000 extra damage. That's a significant margin.
Yep.
Considering Hafikul and Enigma were reasonably the same. I mean, in fact, even that's still 1,000 damage, but yeah.
Right. And then finally, let's switch to medic before we go to a live interview with some of the Reason players for you who are totally pumped after that win. Let's look at the medics. So let's have a look. Key stat I'm looking for is biggest advantage lost. Look at that.
Yep.
Complete opposite world. So last time we saw the Fragile lost a 69th, 60-second advantage. This time, it's Nox who's lost 70-second advantage, and that's because they didn't want to push out, like we said.
Right. Well, let's go over.
Let's hear from them. So
while they're still hyped.
So we have Sideshow and some of the Reason team. I can't see, and I'll let Sideshow take it from there. So we'll be back with you very shortly.
Hello there. We are live with the members of Reason Gaming as well. We've got a fair collection of the crew here after their victory over Ascent. You guys had a little bit of difficulty yesterday. I can see some wry smiles from the crew as well about how that went. But what's been the difference between yesterday and today?
We stopped going for plays all the time. Like we only stack Mikey now, and we just play defensive, control the game.
Yeah. And how does Mike feel about being the bait of the team to sack yourself in?
Am I allowed to swear on this stream? Well, it was rough as balls. That's all I'm gonna say.
And you guys came into the game against Ascent. Do you think that? How did you guys feel coming into the game against Ascent, actually? Just a fairly open question for you guys.
Like, honestly, I didn't expect it to be this close, but like, I don't know, when the first 5-10 minutes were like really close, you just get kind of swept up in the flow, and then it just makes everything like a lot harder to do. The things that are normally really easy are suddenly like so much more pressured. But really, like, I thought we'd take it like 2 maps. Like after Granary, I said like we should have had this in 2 maps.
And then having lost that and gone on to the third map of the series, what were you guys feeling? What was the atmosphere in Mumble being pushed to that third map and having to take it?
I think it was totally crazy game. Like for the last game, 1-0 at the last second. Like it was a 3 second left, no? And it's just crazy. We never play a game like that. Like staying on our last, waiting for another Milo and just win. At 3 seconds left or the last, we were just incredible. One of the best games we did, I think.
And it was just so fantastic being able to see it in the crowd and just getting that atmosphere as the time ticked down and you guys were pressured into that situation where you had to go for it. But now you're in the situation, having come fairly far through the lower bracket, where you're going to be facing Froyotech tomorrow. How do you guys feel? I can see kind of a bit of a glum look in your faces about tomorrow. Is that just me reading something that's not there?
Our first game today versus Froyo was actually quite close, I thought, and we all played pretty well. Like we were all really warmed up, and then I don't know, the big delay in games and good games until Ascent made us like. I think that was one of the reasons it was so close. We weren't playing like we normally do. It was very scrappy, and we weren't as prepared. Like I don't know. I was hitting everything this morning, and now I cooled off, I guess. But tomorrow we'll have time to refresh, and recharge tonight, and like we were close versus Froyo. Nude Rage beat them. We can beat Nude Rage. So in some circular logic, like we can beat Froyo definitely.
I've seen some circular logic that puts dogs at the top of things. Dogs beat Reason, Reason beat Ascent, etc., etc. I can see Kratos repping the Danger Dogs crew in the crowd as well. So, you guys going up against Froyotech tomorrow, and obviously Nerd Rage made it through to the finals, so that's fantastic stuff for them. But what's your preparation going to be like over the next few hours? Are you guys just going to take it easy? Are you going to be really trying to prepare for that next game tomorrow? Are you just going to be going to bed? What's happening?
I don't know. Actually, it's quite early. I'm not used to finishing like the last games like that. Like last time, I felt like I had a game like this versus Mix-Up at i52, and it was about 1 a.m. at this point. But it's only 8 p.m. So I'm actually. I don't know what the rest of the team thinks, but maybe we could actually practice versus Nerd Rage or something. I don't know because we were going to do that earlier, but we didn't have time before the Ascent game because there's still quite a bit of time left tonight. Or if not, we're just definitely going to have a few drinks and relax before tomorrow. Like we don't have such an early start tomorrow, but we'll talk over some maps because we had a good map selection this morning, I think, but I'm not sure if we're going to go for the same kind of bans again and picks tomorrow, but we'll see.
Do you guys feel like you've got a bit of a read on Froyotech, given the maps that they've been picking, the maps that you've been picking? Do you feel confident going into that game, or is there still quite a bit of preparation left to do?
We know their weakness, like we analyzed their game, so we're getting raped the first day against them, and then we begin to play on Gully Viaduct. Viaduct was really close, Viaduct was almost really close, we could get that map. I think they will be in trouble, we will pressure them.
Well, that's going to be a fantastic set of games. Congratulations to Reason Gaming as well for making it all the way through the lower bracket so far. They're going to be facing off against Froyotech tomorrow. The winner of that against Nerd Rage in the grand finals of Insomnia 55. It's going to be an insane set of games. Reason have done really well so far to make it that far through the bracket. So congratulations to these guys. We're going to sign off for the night. I think I'll possibly take it back to a small break and back to the casters. Well, we'll take it back to the casters. I can see Arx Beta there. They want another piece of the action, so we'll take it back to those guys.
Sideshow, thank you very much. So right then, we are done for the evening for games-wise. At Sideshow pointed to. So it's going to be Froyo versus Reason, lower final, consolation final, with the grand final to follow tomorrow as well. And Arx, any final thoughts? What a great game. 3 seconds it was in the end.
Yeah.
That took Reason through, and well.
Unbelievable stuff, unbelievable. I mean, that round timer ending, basically.
I'm loving the Twitch chat from my shakiness, sorry.
Do it again.
Right. So, yeah.
The game speaks everything. I don't need to add anything at all. That you've heard from the teams. They are pumped after that. And to be honest, so are we. And
yep. It makes me want to come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Makes it come back tomorrow. So, but, you know, I wanted to shout out to all, thank you to all the players in the crowd tonight. You know, it's been primarily on stream, where it's going to be Gex and Sideshow tomorrow. And they're going to be a great combo for you. They're going to be bringing you consolation final, I believe, 11 a.m. is it? 11 a.m. 10 a.m. UK time, followed by the grand final, best of 5, 2 p.m. UK time. Don't miss it. You'll be foolish to miss it after today's games. Will it be an European affair? Probably the first time I've said that for a while since, well, i49.
Yeah,
last time we had it. But is it going to be, are Froyotech going to have something to say to Reason again? Will those champions-elect make sure that it's an all-EU event? Well, we have been Team Fortress TV's Arx Beta, bringing you these last couple of matches. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you to David DeWin on the camera, and Dashner and Airon on the production team.
Everybody involved.
Everybody staged.
It's been amazing.
And of course, on the
Real
second
pleasure.
stream, I didn't want to forget about those guys as well. But it's been a great pleasure, and I'm sure there'll be some further content if you stay tuned to the channel. But for now, live games, that's it for the moment. Come back tomorrow morning, and we'll see you all soon. Take care, and thanks for viewing. All the best.